line.
Hello, ladies and
Bang.
germs. We are back
Got some.
with the cast, and ooh, what a motley crew we are today. I become the elder god. I'm just kidding.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehcast. And oh, what a motley crew we are. I feel like I can't help but feel like I'm in the wrong friggin' spot here.
This is the wrong room set as
Yeah, okay.
E102 Gamma.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to reload this, because there's a thing here that I missed.
Anyway, in case you're wondering what the hell am I doing, by the way, my stream is in the announcements.
Yeah. Yeah, so how about that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer?
It was awesome.
It was friggin' amazing, and I heard notes of one of the best Sonic soundtracks of all time in the background. I hope it's not just my brain playing tricks on me, because I recognize those chords, because I've played them so often, but, bum 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 bum. Even if they are going kind of, off the rails in terms of, like, where the canon goes, I am totally down with what they're doing with Gerald and Robotnik. Or
Let's
sorry,
keep it
Gerald and Ivo.
let's keep in mind that we had a whole scene or where Jim Carrey glomps Jim Carrey into a Christmas
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah, that's actually part of the reason why I'm so down with it. Because like I know he's gonna do incredibly good with that. Like like normally when they start changing things like that, I'll start, you know, throwing films out of the films and games and comics and animated series and all kinds of other stuff, out the window, because we've seen this happen. But here's the thing: Sonic has done incredibly well with recontextualizing the set pieces from games and games in the series and everything throughout the movies, that they managed to take Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3, put them together, and make a really good movie. And then they had Wade and Knuckles go on a bowling road trip that was also a drug trip, featuring Michael Bolton and Cary Elwes, and it was one of the best TV shows I've watched all year.
A lot of people don't like the Knuckles joke. Oh, mostly just because of the third episode, which I found to be kind of the weakest episode of the series.
It's weak, but it's not like there have been worse television series this year. There have been worse episodes of television this year. There have been worse Paramount Plus shows this year. So I'm perfectly willing to forgive a little bit of rockiness, considering
My
how good the rest of the
coworker,
show is.
my coworker that I've told you about out has gone on record to tell me that he feels that the Flash it started a downward spiral after season 3.
The Flash started a downward spiral in season 1.
Uh,
But I will say that yes, season 3 was where things started going dramatically off the rails, and it only got more dramatic ever since.
Only way we can protect ourselves. It's an extension of us, and we shouldn't go around throwing our pieces away. He's right. Weird, but right. Don't you dare.
so in case you're wondering, why do I bother with these troubles and it just when it just seems like I'm wasting time in the game? My response to that is simply this. It, is the troubles help in the long run?
Hmm.
Hey, you can't just do that. We're not supposed to be able to make our own decisions. Yeah, well, I did it last time.
So they've finished writing the first episode of the next season of The Boys.
Stop you. Maybe I can make choices too.
Yay.
Somehow I have a feeling it's not going to be particularly great, but, they've been considering the level of quality of their Twitter shit posting lately, where they basically just take they take headlines and find and replace real life people with characters from the TV show. Excuse me. Um, I just kind of have less and less faith in their ability to follow through on this stuff.
Yeah.
Are you seriously not letting me toss it? Real mature, when this goes sideways, it's on the two of you, fine. And then I guess we're keeping it.
Was that so hard? We need to keep our wits sharp. Yes, you've made the right choice. The blade is the only control we have in this world. Yes, great. Now, will you get to the cabin already? In case you
Oh
forget,
dear.
princess, the fate of the entire world, etc.
Gents,
Huh?
I've got a trouble all related to the Pit of 100 Trials.
Why would she ever do that?
Oh,
Uh,
good.
That's supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any
Oh,
sense whatsoever.
good. How wonderful, says Droopy Dog.
I like how even when and one of the characters in a Droopy Dog sketch tries to cheat him in a race, Droopy Dog still wins.
Because he's just that good.
By the way, Alex, in this part, or it's like even though we have a certain bit uh, that we've talked about before, at the very least, we have quite a bit more
More importantly,
uh
if you did
what do you
cut your
call
own
it?
head off,
What are those
why
types of
bother?
improvement
If
ins
you've
that
tried, you should be enjoying it
end up
more.
working in favor of a remake?
Hmm. Uh,
Were those
mm,
slice of life ones?
huh.
Essentially,
We killed ourselves.
the
Obviously.
improvement
You
is
were
that
insisting that we were happy,
the
but we
improvement that
weren't.
came
I
with
see right through you. Yeah, what he said. We
with
weren't
this
about to be
version of the
stuck
game,
somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever.
Zelda
We want
had
answers.
a
We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise. There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was
let's
the
see,
solution.
open this door.
All you managed to do was reset the board,
All right.
and you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess. Ha! So there is a board. Well, what's
Because
done
the
is
remake's
done.
improvements
There's
are
no second
essentially, remember that one section remember those sections of backtracking you had to do in the original that really sucked?
serious. Fine. You walk away
Well,
from
we
it then,
actually
and see how
you
that
fixed
goes.
some of that.
That's nice. It's a shame that when they did Ocarina of Time 3D, they never let you ride around on Kid Epona as Kid Link. Because the mechanics were
Mhm.
there
If
in,
something isn't right, can you still hear me? Everything is
All
getting
right,
better.
let's first save just in case things go south.
Majora's Mask.
What's going on? Where are
I
we?
mean, I understand.
Did we do this?
I mean, look, I get
Is this the
that.
end of the world? It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally
Uh,
cracked.
I get that.
Huh.
I get that sometimes a remake isn't going to be isn't gonna. The
Well,
thing
that's
is that
interesting.
even though it is partially a remake, I also feel like it's also partially a re-release too. In the sense that the asset that it had to be kind of faithful to the original.
Interesting.
Like, sure, it didn't have to. Sure, or in some minds, it didn't have to take that approach, but it ended up
You stand at the
it ended up doing so.
and it's like the world. There's nothing to find. I'm going to pretend.
Because approaching in a remake is always is a very finicky sort of thing. Because some people might get mad that it's not faithful. Some people might get mad that it was too faithful. Because either way, nobody really wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But why? I did not mean to click that. Stupid frigging controller.
You stand. It's like there's nothing. I'm going to. There's nothing. What mirror? They clear. Or can we? You step. Should have. Yes, unfortunately, you realize nothing's. Your fall is suddenly painfully halt. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be. If the princess lives here, slaying as your eyes adjust.
We will have to come back down here for another trouble.
Standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow.
Oh, and then we gotta do a full a pit of 100 trials run. Which, by the way, Alex, there is an incentive to do the pit of 100 trials in the remake twice.
Ah, okay.
But here's the first thing to note. If you're going down for your second attempt, they do have a means that, though it costs money to do so, can mitigate the trip. And so you don't have to necessarily do all 100 in battles. So you remember that little that one guy from Castaway Bay in the original game? His name was Wacka. Guess what they ended up doing with him in this game? They made him into a full-on boss fight.
Ooh.
You're a step ahead of me.
And he's arguably harder than Bone Tail.
I really am. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement. See? You already
Now, recently I have showcased to you guys the gameplay trailer for Mayuri Kurotsuchi in the Bleach Rebirth of Souls game. So Mayuri is a very interesting character in that he is a mad scientist that also happens to be a part of the 13 Court Guard squads. Though his actions do benefit the Sarite greatly, and he is someone you'd want on your side, he is also operating under the he also ends up operating under the logic that anybody who joins his squad essentially consents to being experimented upon. And quite a few of the expendable members of his squad are just test subjects for some of his various weaponry and whatnot. He invents all sorts of poisons, drugs, ungs and whatnot that he uses, that he makes usage of on his enemy. And he's overall quite a dangerous and tenacious foe. He's a guy that doesn't really go into battles without a strategy. He tends to have prep time on his side before or engaging in a conflict. Rarely would you ever see Mayuri go into a fight without any preparation in advance. He starts out the series initially as an antagonist towards our heroes, primarily Uryu and Orihime. Orihime is able to escape thanks to Uryu and another member of Squad on 11. But then Uryu ends up taking on Mayuri by his lonesome to avenge his grandfather, Soken Ishida, whom Mayuri experimented upon after he was killed by Hollows. Yeah, he's kind of insane in the membrane. Keep in mind, he does not change any part of his mindset whatsoever, even after the 13 court guard squads end up aligning themselves with Ichigo. It's just now he has. It's just now we
This isn't
see.
an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past.
It's just now we see that he's just.
Eternity.
What's the phrase I'm looking for?
Like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's decades. No, it can't be decades.
It's just now he has more of an excuse to actually get a little experimental with some of the good guys, particularly Uryu and Renji in the Arankar saga. But Alex, you have not seen that part of the series yet, and nor rather you haven't read that part of the series yet. And trust me, it's one of the best parts.
Telling us that we are. I can tell you for a fact that I'm extremely unhappy right now. Yeah, what he said.
And
That's
he's also
congratulations.
and in terms of gameplay, Mayuri utilizes the poison from Ashisogi Jizo, his Zanpakuto, as well as his Bankai, Ikonjiki Ashisogi Jizo.
Time, that is, not happy.
Oh, and some people cite that some people ended up making memes of one bit from one of the recent episodes of the Thousand Year Blood War anime where Mayuri ends up happening to appear out of a gateway and that he and Kenpachi they were both in. And people were like 75% of the 13 court guard squad's strength is right there. And I'm like, wow, you're discounting a lot of people.
Ah.
No, you stop that.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
So yeah, overall, Mayuri, yeah, I feel is a little bit of an unexpected character, but ultimately, he's a very welcome addition to the game. And plus, the fact that Nemu is actually a part of his moveset, it is also very in character or for him. So they not only got an interesting bit of gameplay for Mayuri, but they also have a they also they also make it in character and fitting for him.
Wait, why are you sorry? Your body lurches
Now,
as your heart suddenly stops beating.
Alex, were there any questions?
Are you killing us?
Well, not really. I'm just gonna kind of wait for the game to come out and then see what's up.
You'll forgive me eventually. You goddamn spiteful bastard.
At the very least, I didn't really have to explain much about last week's character, since Grimjow is very self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Haven't you already gotten what you want? I don't have to answer that. That's all we needed to hear. It turns out that it doesn't take too long to die after your heart stops beating.
Especially when you can't perform CPR on yourself.
You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die.
I'd actually like to see somebody try to perform CPR on themselves. I don't think that would be possible. There we go.
And now I'm fighting a couple of pokies.
Fucking kidding me? We had everything we ever could have wanted, and you killed us. We didn't have everything we ever could have wanted.
That's a new voice.
I want the truth, not some made-up eternal happiness.
You don't want the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind.
It was nice. Who gives a shit about
And,
truth?
and Alex, it looks like the game is aiming for like a for a 2025 release.
Just another prison.
Is because keep in mind the game promised like 30-something characters, or is at the start of all this, so
Cool.
it's gonna be a while.
Can you two stop fighting? It's not very productive.
Well, in
And it's
slightly...
interesting.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And now it's got me curious as to what other kind of obscure character are we going to get in this?
You've clearly already been here before, and judging by how deranged you all are, you've already been here more than once. I'll spare you my full introduction.
Now,
Anyway.
in slightly less happy news, Christian Weston Chandler has himself a Norwegian girlfriend who apparently he has made pregnant.
Somehow.
Yeah, that son of a bitch does not deserve kids.
I
The
don't-
literal motherfucker somehow got him. If true, somehow ended up getting somebody pregnant.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But you know, we're
Very
not
bizarre.
gonna dwell on that topic for long, because that's not something I want to think about particularly hard. Let's talk about something else. Wait, there's what else? What else is there to talk about?
We
There's
ended up
plenty more to talk
losing
about.
we ended up losing the original composer for SpongeBob.
Ah, yeah, the original composer for SpongeBob died. What was his name again?
Give me a sec. Let me go through the discussion chat.
Actually very happy. I was fine with it, but that spiteful bastard gave us a heart attack and killed us for no reason.
For no reason. Voice of the Skeptic is also Kira. Hey, hell, I know who Kira is. He's living inside me head.
I had a great reason. We were stuck with no answer.
I suspect that you may be Kira, but it's only around 5%.
Yeah, only about 5% of my personalities are Kira. The other 95% of them are just fucking mad.
We're still in a cage. It's just bigger.
Why is he even telling me this? It's an act. There's no denying it. You are Kira.
Isn't life
I never denied it, did I?
really?
I just said that 5% of my personalities were Kira.
Don't you start philosophizing.
Oh,
That's-
really? Do you have any more evidence that you may possibly be Kira?
It's between Derek Dryman and Mark Harrison, Stephen Hillenberg, and Blaze Smith.
Well then. That's unfortunate. That's quite a bit of the original SpongeBob crew gone now, isn't it?
It's not even a blade.
Yep.
It's just a dinky little knife. The real threat here can kill us without it anyway. I didn't kill us without
We
it.
also lost Chuck Woolery, the charismatic game show host who kicked off the long run of
Yeah,
Wheel
the-
of Fortune before spending 11 years playing matchmaker on Love Connections.
Yeah, I wasn't particularly familiar with his work. I've only ever watched the Pat Sajak run, but yeah.
Doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best. Are you serious? The blade is your implement. You're going to need it to do things right. You know what? Yeah, screw this. We won't play along with any of you. You're all being ridiculous. Why would we disarm ourselves at a time like this? Don't even listening to me? Does my opinion count for nothing? We're never getting out of here if you don't listen. I'm intervening. We're not tossing the blade. Without another
So
word,
I ended up
foolishly
asking
ignoring
some of you guys down here,
off into the woods, never to be seen again.
or
Never to be seen again. All we did was toss it into
about
the woods.
the character of
There's nothing
Fawful
stopping us
from
picking it back
Mario
up.
and Luigi.
Oh,
I
there
have
is something stopping
fury.
us from picking it back
I
up.
have fury!
Already
Prepare
know
to
something.
taste the mustard of your doom, you fake rats!
We'll all just have to suffer the consequences.
Fawful
That's how
is such a
decisions
character.
Huh.
So
I
Alex,
have turtles!
In case you don't know, Fawful is
Great. A
one
creepy
of the
bottomless
main
ravine.
antagonists of the
Never
Mario and
came. It was
Luigi
too
games,
easy last time.
particularly
What a
Superstar
waste.
Saga
There's
and
always
Bowser's
choice.
Inside Story.
Maybe that
Hmm.
ravine doesn't even go anywhere.
Fawful speaks in a
Maybe
pattern
we'll
as
find
though,
out here.
Google Translate ran over the Japanese
Every
script,
surface of the cabin is draped in
Interesting.
chains. There's nothing
but
for
it's
it
done in
but
such a way
to
where
find
he
the
has so
mirror
much
again.
personality and
Need
is
the mirror. It gets us
is
nowhere.
quite funny.
The mirror? What mirror? There is no mirror.
Like
Why
it's
would I lie
one
about
time
there
where
being a mirror? Whose fucking idea was this? It's
where
always
his mannerisms
whoever put it there
actually
was
end up
very
making
clever.
sense
It's obviously important. It has to be.
and
I don't
whatnot.
want to waste time arguing with you. Just get to the basement, okay? The door's on the other side of the room. Then, I guess there's nowhere for us to go but forward. You step out onto the floor. Or should have been. Yes, unfortunately, you realise.
Okay, then.
Just absolute bullshit. Can't even walk across a room now without being plunged into an abyss. You're too emotional. It makes us sloppy. We have to focus on details right now, and we can't focus on details if you're raging about every little thing that happens.
Boom.
Are we supposed
That's a
to
good point
focus on
there.
details while we're falling into a bottomless pit? Don't be ridiculous. It obviously has a bottom. Your fall is suddenly painfully halted.
Well, that
as
was a
rusty
waste.
chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space.
So, Damon, who's your favorite Mario RPG villain?
That's a bit of a tough one. Because I have mostly played the Mario and Luigi RPGs, but I definitely do like Cackletta, she's interesting. Fawful's fun as hell. And I did enjoy the two Princess Shroobs.
With the stillness of the grave.
Yes.
Easy now. We don't know what's
As the younger and the elder princess.
The elder princess looks horrifying.
Oh, yes, she does.
Yep. And I like Partners in Time. It was actually the first Mario and Luigi RPG I ever owned and played.
Metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly. Screw this. This is making me
I keep
bloody
forgetting that I
anxious.
named the black Yoshi Dynamite.
She's mocking us.
Well, you should have called me Black Yoshi, folk. Now give me some Call of Duties, give me some KFCs, but Mario, please!
Black Dynamite can't fail.
You attempt to move. The princess takes a slow step
Let me see what I increased the last.
And yes, I referenced the older Super Mario Logan videos there. Oh, God. It peaked around the 2010s.
As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows. The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person.
I agree, Hero.
It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her.
Trying to find what I upgraded last time.
The head stares up at you, but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter. Oh, we're being strangled already? You haven't given us a chance to do a damn thing! What's the point of any of this if we don't even get to make a single choice? I'm not here to give you chances. I'm here to set the stage and to dictate to you what happens. I can advise you on the correct course of action,
Do
but
do
there
do
are limits
do
to
do
my
do
direct
do do
involvement.
do do do.
Choices, if that's what you like to call them, have always been yours.
The power is yours.
A riddle while we're dying, isn't that just like you? Now to figure out what exactly you mean by choices. Oh, for the love of stop thinking and do something!
Oh yeah, I got a BP. Hey, last time, so FP it is.
Shouldn't you know by now that I don't? And neither do you.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I know one thing you liked about
I don't think
the
she's
remake,
happy you're here.
Hank Alex, which was the
Oh,
pop-up
I know.
storybook
I'm just a
like
second
aspect of it.
I don't
Yeah, it
like
looks
choices.
really neat.
At least not any that matter.
Oh, well, isn't that just convenient? It makes sense to me. She's a severed head. What control could she possibly have over her body? There's no connections, no nerves. So bodies can work on their own. You know, I wouldn't mind that, actually. Maybe when the chain pops our useless head off, we'll get to run around.
Oh, voice of the cheated, you are actually not far off.
All doomed from the start.
You'd be surprised how close that is.
What's the point of making a choice if it all ends the
Oh,
same
there's
way?
our weary
I'm
traveler.
still stuck, and you're just as stuck as I am. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
But that's not right. We didn't bring the knife. We even told her that earlier.
But that's not right. That's not the reality I've been looking at.
Yeah, it might have something to do with the fact that I've changed reality. What even is reality?
Shouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been able to do that, and yet I did. So what does that tell you?
Marching towards you comes to a lurching stop.
Huh. She stopped. What is that supposed to mean?
Thankfully, we only have to
Sounds
do one
easy.
more floor of battle.
It can't be that easy. Not after all that violent repetition. Oh,
So we only have to go through 20 out of all 100
The chains
floors, or is in the
The
pit of
hooks
100
slide
trials.
From your skin. You come crashing to the floor, and as the chains rain down around you, her body falls too. The room settles into comforting silence. No more rattling of chains. No more slow, deliberate footsteps from the princess's
Hey,
body.
that's what I was looking for.
Only the soft click of the latch as it opens the door of the cage.
So, by the
that's
way, hey Alex, the latest bit on
The truth was right there the whole time.
the James
You just
Gunn
needed to
Superman
believe
movie
me
is
better than
that
this. I feel like a fool.
apparently James claims that it's going to be a somewhat serious film that's also family friendly.
Oh, okay. Going to be like all of his other projects, then.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
One of these days, we're gonna have to watch Super.
Looks like we've seen through your lies at
What's
last,
that?
Mr. the
That
narrator.
was the very first superhero film he ever made.
So
Oh,
it's
shut
shit,
up. We got
is
no
what you're
time
trying to tell me?
this
I haven't actually watched it. I'd have to go back and look at it again.
Both of you talk too much. Give her a chance to say what she wants to say.
I say again, but I haven't seen
I
it. I've
got
heard.
I got a silver card. So now I can go to the
want you to take me out of this
now I
place.
can go to the casino
It's all
again.
I've ever wanted.
The princess's body
Let's
doesn't
heal
stir,
up.
instead holding the cage aloft, beckoning
And since
her
we're
to
down
come
here, we
forward.
might as well
If you take her out of there, if
might
you
as well
carry her to freedom,
I'll get our
then
next
you
destination.
entire world. You
Might as
know
well
that.
see what our next destination is.
Fine by me. This world is bullshit anyways. The rest of us will find one that's better. Besides, we already made our choice, all the way back in the woods. Nothing you can do about it now. I suppose not. You know, I think a part of me always knew this was doomed from the start. I'm narrating on borrowed time, aren't I?
Narrating on
If I
borrowed
didn't
time.
go, I may as
Interesting.
well make sure you have a proper ending. Go on then. You cautiously approach the kneeling body and extend your hand. Bruised
All
and
right,
bleeding from
where
trials
are we to
brought
go
you this
next?
point. And then you take her from her prison. She looks up at you, and for the first time since you laid eyes on her, she smiles.
One thing I like about the remake of the
I have
map
no
in
idea how we're
in
supposed to leave.
Paper Mario
The door
Thousand Year
opens,
Door is that
and you follow its
the
footprint
more
to a
or we
long
see
corridor
of it,
that
the
dangles
more
from
it's
the doorway
or
that
it's
sits
colored in.
far above you. Are we supposed to climb up while holding
Because we don't
her?
really get to see
Sure,
the
we could
map.
make a backpack out of these
I'll
chains.
pull us out of here if you just hold on.
I'm game.
Ooh,
Then get on with it.
the group that kidnapped Princess
Place your
Peach is
hand through
bent
the
on
chain.
total world
Hold on tight
conquest?
as it starts to move.
You don't
You
say.
don't say.
Princess close to you.
Insert Nicolas Cage here.
Together,
Huh, you got that right. That's why those jerks need that legendary treasure. This
Oh,
doesn't bode
sorry
well.
if I made
The
this feel
situation has gotten
overwhelming.
far more serious than I thought.
You glance back towards the
Let me
princess's
bring you up
body,
to speed.
doing its
I've been
part as it
researching
pushes
just
you.
what this treasure
It
could
grows
be.
smaller and
One book
smaller
I came across
until
held
it
to what
disappears
I
back
thought
into
was
the
a
shadows of the bed
preposterous
chamber.
theory. This book claimed that the treasure was, in
No,
actuality,
this is not right.
the Great
This can't be it.
Cataclysm.
I'm
The
sorry.
very cataclysm that,
I made this up
1,000
from
years
the
ago,
beginning.
sank that town underground.
Maybe she has a point, in a way.
So these
Our
jerks think
bodies
the
don't
power
move.
of that
Luminous
cataclysm
beings
will
are
help
we,
them
not this
rule the
crude
world?
matter.
We're almost
Can't
there.
say for sure what
Almost
they
smelling
will
right
do or why, but we must consider the possibility.
Feels like it's mocking
Now
us.
that things have
Any
come
of
to
us could
this,
just
we
drop
mustn't
all our
let them near the
differences and
legendary
face
treasure.
down.
That's all that matters,
I don't
because
think
if
that's
they
gonna
do
happen.
get it, then once again, this town,
It'll
no,
be
the
part of the
entire
course.
world could be destroyed.
And then the chain
And now with
ceases
it,
to
Prof,
slip,
we
depositing
gotta
you
find
safely in the
that next
cabin
crystal
doorway.
star super quick.
I guess you never closed it behind you.
According to the map, it appears the next crystal star is in
There's
Twilight
only one
Town.
thing left for you to do.
Twilight Town?
Shall we?
To tell you the truth, I don't know much about the place myself, only rumors. I have heard that, as the name implies, it's perpetually dim and eerie there. Wait just a moment.
I mean, what's the alternative? Dropping me to prove a point?
Huh, I hadn't even
Aha!
considered that.
There appears to be a pipe
Maybe
to
it'll
Twilight Town somewhere
That
here
could
in
be an option.
Rogueport.
That gonna
I
be in
do
the
believe
next
it's
update of the
somewhere
game.
I'm joking, by
underneath
the
the
way.
west part of the
Please don't
town.
drop me.
Yes, definitely. If you get stuck for any reason, just come back and see
No, no,
me
no,
again,
shut up, shut
okay?
up. I'm not climbing back down into that pit.
Under the ground in the west part of the town. Check. Gotcha, Prof. Come on, Gonzalez. Let's go. Time to break out.
No, 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 no. Gregory, you need to shut the fuck up.
Probably wouldn't work anyways.
Shut up, Bubbles! Shut up, Gregory! Shut up, Bojack!
Shut up, Gregory. Shut up, Bojack.
So I'm going to look up.
Yarr.
I'm going to real quick. I'm gonna look up what happens. Drop her.
Oh, lovely. I gotta take on Jolene's trouble. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene.
Jolene. Prisoner. Cage.
So for Jolene's trouble, I am going to need to store my inventory.
I'm not actually going to do it. I just want to know what happens if it does.
Yeah, this is also definitely one of my favorite improvements to the Thousand Year Door remake. Because back then there used to only be secret pipes to Upelber or the Bogley Woods. Let me think. Bogleywood. and- Oh, it's Castaway Bay and hmm, and I'm trying to remember the name of the town. Oh yeah, Poshley Heights. That's where. All right, I was thinking. So what? So one thing we can do after after we clear chapter 3 is not only is we could take on the entirety of the Glitz Pit again. However, in the remake, they added a bonus exhibition fight that is quite difficult.
Hmm.
And I do hope you're good at super guards. Oh boy.
Thank you, Game Rant. This is very
And
helpful here. Our players are now in the cage route, and there are several ways to reach its end. While it is recommended the fans of story-rich games make a save at the beginning of the chapter and experiment with the assortment of choices that are available to them, players who want to make sure that they see all content should pursue these paths. Enter the cabin with the blade, talk to the princess once, and remain silent. Take the voice of the cheated, the broken into chapter 3. Before going into the cabin, acknowledge the blade and toss it into the woods, which is what I did. Enter the cabin and talk to the princess, selecting options that emphasize that the protagonist has not brought a weapon. Then, while exiting the cabin, select the option that references free will and then drop the princess. I just want to know what happens if you do. I don't want to actually do it. Fuck you, Game Rant. Fuck you.
And so you step into a world.
I just wanted to know what would happen. I don't actually want to do it.
Goodbye.
sure, Alex, because I feel like the game.
Awful.
And now we're in the Love and Monsters episode of Doctor Who.
Gone.
Damon, tell me you know what that episode is.
I don't think I do.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It was the second season episode with David Tennant.
All right.
Thank you
Oh,
so much.
well, don't
I
I
didn't think
feel?
this was possible.
Oh, don't I
But here
feel
we are.
retarded? So they actually fixed this side quest,
It's a little cold out here, isn't
so
it?
I didn't need to store my entire or inventory to collect all of these. 'Cause let me just say, hey, let me just say,
Gone. Where did she go? Should we
hey,
try
that
and
side
find
quest
her?
in the original, as I'm
There's
sure
an
you
error.
guys saw,
Why is it here?
was awful.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it.
And like, and at and unfortunately, the only 3DS capture card that's available is for the new 3DS XL.
Yeah,
Boy.
Citra is the way to go. Citra is free.
You are going to have to explain to me how that thing works, because I don't do rocket science.
You do rocket surgery, though.
No.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean.
Well, we gotta
with
go to
fire.
Rogueport,
Is a
or
child
because
inside
Jolene
you?
has a problem with the garbage. The garbage being a bunch
Eyes
of
closed,
people's
senses meld together.
underwear, very dirty underwear.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made
I'm
my
like,
own.
for the record, Jolene, I don't blame you.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. This one is a locked door to which you
His
held the
name's
key.
Mario, and I'm
She will
Ouija
make
Mario.
an open heart.
Mhm.
Don't you start with me.
Do not mourn her. She is no longer bound. If I am to be an ocean,
I gotta go back to friggin' Jolene and tell her about it, and I gotta go. I'll talk to Goomfrey. Yay.
we will meet again.
You're on a path. You're here to.
Let's see here. Which are the ones that we haven't gone to? Go back to the wiki real quick and look it up.
How do you guys feel? How did you guys feel about the Dragon Balls Z sagas?
That what?
The Dragon Ball Z sagas.
It's bad.
Damon, have you ever played Dragon Ball Z sagas?
The game, never played it.
Oh, boy, do I have a story to tell you. Well, if you want to know more about the game, watch Pro Jared's review. He is,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum.
Okay, so, oh, okay, so basically, Damon, it is a two-player co-op Dragon Ball Z
Er,
game that initially was promised to be a sandbox game, but turned into a two-player
check
linear beat 'em
this.
up. Everybody has the same extremely stiff posture. or when you go to select a character on the character select, as you are scripted to play as whoever the game set as is for player one, and whoever or or play and player two gets a scripted character as well. Uh, every now and then, whenever the whenever you select a character, they say their names as though, oh, you didn't know who they were the first time. And for example, Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks.
Oh god.
And one other thing to note, this was an American exclusive game. It was never a release. It wasn't made in Japan.
True.
Oh, oh, and also it had. Oh, and also it featured Broly for as a bonus character.
And he's a complete bitch.
Kakarot!
And when you select Broly, he goes Broly. Here's the thing: Broly is sadly the most overpowered character, or it in the entirety of Dragon Ball Z Sagas' roster. And to think this was released a couple months before or Dragon Ball for Budokai Tenkaichi, an infinitely better fighting game, despite it being very bare bones and basic. So remember back when and there used to be a lot of unique character designs, even character designs for Toads.
Yep.
This game at least retains quite a bit of the unique character designs for the Toads, but let's just say that uniqueness was thrown out the window. Oh, with Mar with Paper Mario Sticker Star. Starting with that game, the Toad designs start to feel very, very generic.
Yep.
If you want more insight as to how bad that game is, watch Chugga Conroy's Chugga Sticks It to the Sticker Star.
I've seen it. That game is his mortal enemy.
Yep. Uh,
That
Even when he
whole
tried-
retrospective was amazing.
even when and Proton John was there to try to, well, I'll play devil's advocate in that sense. It didn't really work. The game was still bad.
Yep, and it makes me glad I never owned it or played it.
I own a copy of it,
Oh no.
and I have played it.
Also, I haven't gotten Color Splash or Origami King at all, and I don't plan on getting them.
Same.
So I've heard Origami King is okay, and Color Splash is
It's-
just eh.
Battles are still utterly pointless in Origami King, so no.
Yeah.
Battles do
And
not earn you
ironically,
anything.
Super Paper Mario was actually my first Paper Mario game I owned. Despite being a platformer, it was still pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah, Super Paper Mario was the first one I played too, and I wasn't impressed by it.
That's alright. They may have changed genres, but they still had a decent story to it, and the characters were still good.
This is still probably one of the most engaging Mario RPG stories out there. And it was just something else. Unfortunately, then we decided, you know what? We don't want any unique story, unique and interesting stories in our RPGs anymore. No, we want generic as fuck stories.
Hmm.
Because guess who doesn't have a hint of dialogue whatsoever in Sticker Star, Alex?
I know who you're talking about, but I'm not going to say.
Toadsworth?
Nope.
Regular Mario?
Nope.
Who
Well,
doesn't?
aside, I'll give you a hint. He is a note. He is a very interesting character.
See, I was thinking that I'd be able to, Does Luigi not have any dialogue?
No, Luigi speaks.
Okay. I was thinking I'd be able to go in and do the deconstructed princess, but apparently not. Apparently that's not something they'll let you do right now.
Okay, if you must know, it's Bowser.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Because Bowser is one of the is actually a lot of people really love Bowser's dialogue in the Mario games, in the main series, in Paper Mario, in the Mario and Luigi games. Hell, even in Mario Party, he's got really good lines. But in Sticker Star, he doesn't say a word. You want to know what that would be comparable to?
What?
If you stripped all of the personality, the way that Sonic 06 characterized Sonic the Hedgehog,
Hmm.
because Sonic had his personality, charm, and charisma stripped away from him after the first cutscene.
Already been down the path of the witch, and I don't really think into the path of the thorn, so I don't really think it's gonna be that interesting.
Because there was hardly a time where Sonic's facial expression wasn't remotely serious. Like, Sonic was super serious almost all the time through his
Yeah, because I already did the
expressions,
thorn.
which is rather unfortunate because, well, uh,
Do the wild.
because the first cutscene showed Sonic just being, himself. Like,
Bad
you
in
don't
the
see
beast.
Like, you don't see in-game Sonic going, "My, that's a snazzy performance there." And that was probably the best that Jason Griffith did in that game.
Well, the pre-rendered cutscenes were still pretty good and had some pretty good
Yeah,
performances in them. It's just that, they rushed the
uh,
rest of the game.
I can't really say that the performances were really all that good since I don't think I don't think really anybody turned in a good performance in that game aside from maybe Mike Pollock and maybe Pollock and Dan Green, but that's Mike Pollock and Dan Green.
Yeah.
Like, Jason was still doing a bit of his quote unquote ASMR sounding voice as Shadow. Oh, which some people have started to not really like all that much. And I'm like, it's okay, it's somewhat of a different voice, but at the same time, it's like Sonic is trying to whisper into my ear sweet nothings.
Yeah, but then it becomes easier to mistake one for the other.
Yeah, that ends up becoming a problem. That ends up becoming in kind of a problem with with how Griffith ends up playing in the character.
Oh, threatened, are we? Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
I'm just gonna have a staring contest with the princess now. I don't think I've been down this route.
At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
I mean, if we squint tightly enough, our eyes will close.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
Okay, so I just need to get him the Kate ink mix. Next, because you can't get ruin powder. Because you can't really get ruin powder.
Don't just tell
Ruin powder isn't a item that you could buy at this point.
Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of... If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
And I have to ponder, or who thought it was a good idea to get Meg from season 1 of Family Guy to play Elise.
One person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Nuclear weaponry is probably a good start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to... That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds...
She has a point. There's a reason I've been...
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods. But you don't really know me.
You got some money.
Right about one thing.
Like I said. So do you trust me?
Now, what is next?
Oh, have you decided?
You know. That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon...
You know, Alex, I feel like even though we're kind of excited to do the Digimon on OVAs, is after or we get the discotheque releases, I think we should hold off on doing them until we're done with Adventure 2 up to like I want to say episode 21.
That's cool.
Because I gotta find out which episode. Oh, a sec.
And if
Okay, yeah, it's after episode 21.
promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. I know you think this is a fair chance we'll have to take.
So after we get done with that episode, then we'll do the OVAs, including Hurricane Touchdown.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me.
And then you'll be all like, wait a second, we're just doing the movie again. I'd be like, no. Because this time it's more true to the original Japanese script, and the quality isn't utter shit. Like the original DVD releases.
Yes.
Alex, care to tell Damon about your experience with Digimon the movie?
You're fucking drugs.
It's drugs, you bad and kind.
You can still turn around and finish.
Basically, through somehow showing him this movie, I have gifted him with the drugs. What kind of drugs would you compare the Digimon movie to?
LSD.
LSD.
Nightmare.
Describe the sensation that you felt when watching this movie.
Yeah,
Through this.
yeah. Okay, nightmare.
Describe
I
it.
gotta go
Describe
nightmare in the
it.
moment of clarity. Okay.
Describe it in words that.
Be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way.
It was like watching 3 separate movies that had been edited into one non-coherent mess.
That's just everybody's experience with
I'm
this.
aware of that. I am aware of that.
You can thank me for informing him of this.
It's like a high-budget fan film.
Oh, you mean like the
Like
one you guys watched?
Like what? No. Oh, see, that's not a fan. So it's like a high-effort fan edit, where like, you know how back in the old days of abridging, they used to like take chunks of things and put them together to make other things. It's kind of like that, but with less thought put into it, you know?
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door.
By the way, if you combine hot dog, if you go to Zest Tea, hey with a hot dog and a hot sauce, you could you could make a strength enhancing food item to consume.
To pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did. and
It's
I
very
won't
useful.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
You know, Bowser is the great king of guys who talk to posters, or as I recall from his visit to this town.
These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Help. That's a strong word.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops.
Mario almost fell off the edge of the level.
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves.
Kind of reminds me of that one
And then
Sonic
you
the
hear
Abridged
a
Hog Sonic Mania bit where Knuckles like
yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Yeah, one of these days we gotta get back into watching Lord Quadros' Metal Gear Solid Abridged.
Yeah.
One silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look
a shame.
Because I know you guys were having fun watching that.
We could have. Your lungs stop drawing
Such
in
terrible, wonderful things
your
together.
heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is
Brother.
Well, maybe if I hold my breath
It-
and count to 10, it'll be over quicker.
It can't be.
It's
This
been
can't
too
actually be how
long.
everything ends.
Look what?
I'm
It's no
sorry.
good. I can't do it. I love. I still love the creative ways the "it's no good, you can't do it" gag like pops up in the abridgment.
Yeah.
Everything goes dark,
No,
and you
I
can't.
can't do it. No, I can't do it. It's no good. Can't do it.
It's no use. Take this.
The instance where it ends
You're
up
on the
playing in Metal Gear
path
Solid 2
forwards,
Abridged,
and at the end of that
Snake
path is a
as
cabin.
Pliskin and is
In the
about to take the
basement of
shot on
that
Vamp when he had
is a princess.
as Emma held hostage, and Pliskin's then like,
The
it's
slave
no
you
good. I can't
If you
do it.
don't,
Raiden's then like,
it will
I
be the
can.
end of the world.
And then Ryan's like, Ryan's like, did anybody see him get behind her? I've got
Don't
a
you start
bouquet.
grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life
All
of
right,
a
I've
weak
solved the
princess
troubles from
won't stop you
after
from
chapter
saving us
3.
all.
So now we can finally move on with the plot. Somebody say glory, halla frickin' Luya.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard.
It's still just as funny as it was the first time I saw it.
Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time.
Somebody posted a
Still,
video a couple days ago titled Robin was a psycho, showcasing the double knee drop he gave to Psychotech.
I'll indulge you if that's what
Oh
it
yeah,
takes to
Robin in Teen Titans is the exact kind of maniac Batman needs as a sidekick.
Let's say for a moment that this
Slade!
or at least
Obsessed
heard
with
of
me
me.
again, Robin.
No, I just want to fucking kill you.
Well, you can't kill me all alone.
Gonna fucking try.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died.
Didn't I give you PTSD last time this
Yeah.
happened?
The best cure for PTSD? Murder.
We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't.
Slade! He's back! And he's back with a vengeance! Titans, go!
And how'd that work?
Robin,
Beast Boy, that's a wall. Sorry, Robin, that's a
Robin.
wall.
No comment.
Yeah, Beast Boy's like, Robin, that's a wall with Slade's photo on it. Also, why is
Robin? That's a wall with Slade's photo on it.
also why is this Slade a near Rule 34 version?
Robin, this is a picture of Joe Manganiello and Magic Mike. With Slade's mask photoshopped over his face.
What are you
Robin-
trying to say?
That you might have a very, very sick obsession with him.
Robin, this is an intervention.
We think that you're too obsessed with villains.
Yeah, it's getting a little out of control.
I don't have a problem. No, I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
I can stop fighting villains anytime I want.
Dude,
Okay,
you
okay
need
then.
to relax.
Okay, dude, then and okay then, dude. Relax for a whole week.
Hmm.
Go a whole week without once getting into your tights and fighting bad guys, and we and then I'll believe you.
Seriously, Robin, you have issues. Maybe just go out for a walk. Maybe go out on a date with Starfire for a bit.
I think that's exactly what he needs.
Yeah, you need to relax, man.
Literally,
I think I
literally,
need that.
literally 3 minutes later, Robin is beating up bad guys in front of Starfire. You know, when we suggested this, I didn't think it would took like 3 minutes.
Hmm.
I was betting he'd at least last 5. Yeah, Dave, and the way I would voice Beast Boy is like, I'm not trying to imitate Greg Sipes' voice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, if I was a bit more close to the comics, it'd probably be a mix of Greg Sipes and Neil Patrick Harris. So, what does it take to get laid around here? Okay. What, I'm
Raven
just
be
trying to
like,
flirt with you.
What does it take to
Ra-
get played around here?
Raven,
You gotta go to
like,
the store. Buy some plaid.
Oh god.
so Damon,
Yeah.
you know who Alex was introduced to last Sunday?
What?
Hippo. Listen up, Hippo. You may be big, but you ain't bad. Boulder's gonna win this in a landslide.
In a landslide.
The Boulder feels conflicted about fighting a young blind girl.
The boulder is over his conflicted feeling.
And now he's ready to bury you in a rock avalanche. The Boulder takes issue with that comment. How did you guys how did you feel about Mick Foley's performance there, Alex?
That was great. He needs his own spin-off show.
The Boulder doesn't get his own spin-off show. He's a background character.
That sucks.
The Boulder disagrees with the fact that the show is called Avatar: The Last Airbender. It should just be called
Boldatar, the
The
last
Boulder.
Boulder.
So we're now in Twilight Town. Alex, care to take a gander at my thing because I have it and I have the virtual camera on.
Oh, that's neat. Old paper craft pigs.
Been a long time since anyone's come from outside. You've come from far away? Yeah, those clothes of yours. I'm pretty sure you guys must be adventurers, right? This is a bad time to arrive. Wait, but you're adventurers. Maybe it's the perfect time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the heck do you mean by in a bad time? Oh, gee whiz. I don't know. It's a scary tale to hear, and scary to tell, too. Oh no, the bell rang again. Oh, this is so awful. Who could it be now? What? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, badness. Now poor Gloomer got turned into a pig. Not good. Hey, who are you? I'm the mayor of this poor town. Some call me Dower. I'm not exactly the sharpest fellow, but I do believe you're adventurers, right? This isn't the place for the telling of tales, sadly. Come, come to my house.
It was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
My traveling friends, welcome to Twilight Town. Well, I'd like to welcome you, but welcoming people is generally a good thing, and it's nothing but bad here.
And you'll be fine.
As you may have guessed, our town has been cursed. Cursed? Yes, cursed. That is the right word, right? Yes, of course it is. You see, beyond town is a forest, and in its heart is an ancient building, the creepy steeple. The dark creature who lives there, its curse ordains that when the steeple bell rings, one of the Twilighters living here in this village becomes a pig. Will my loved ones become swine? Will I, too, become a curly-tailed oinker? I'm so worried I can't sleep at night. Of course, night and day are pretty similar here. If this keeps up, well, the village will be one giant pig pen, which would be bad. Let me give you some advice. Leave us. Leave before you too get piggified.
You can't do that, Mr. Mayor. We're hunting for something. Have you ever heard of a crystal star? Star-shaped rock that's all glittery?
I don't know about any crystal star thing, but in Creepy Steeple, there's a glittery red stone shaped like a star.
For real? That totally must be the crystal star.
You people. You aren't thinking of going to the Creepy Steeple, are you?
Creeple, if you will.
Unthinkable.
I
I apologize if my dramatic reading is a bit much. Because I know you guys don't like it when I do that.
Oh no, it's fine when you do it, it's just not fine when it interrupts other conversation, you know?
Well, I hope I wasn't interrupting anything at the moment.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
Oh no, we're being... Guys, I'm going to share my screen now.
Okay, what's happening this time?
Oh, it's no big deal. We're just being haunted by the Phantom Muppet Brigade again.
Again?
Again. They don't look any less ridiculous, these disembodied eyes in the windows.
This woman is complaining to us, and Mario and Goombella just fall asleep.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just
Okay then, thank you for letting me know that.
Hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I know. I know what it's supposed to be. I just get "don't hug me, I'm scared" vibes
No.
from these fucking eyes here. Like, they remind me of one of the characters from that show, you know?
So yeah, Alex, it's kind of a frightening prospect to have your entire town be cursed to the point where that you could turn into a pig.
Hmm.
Sees her in the window, right? And she knows that we're here. Calm down.
Oh, we better go tell the gatekeeper that Mr. Mayor here has turned into a swine.
Life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Oh, there's another one.
A lot's riding on this.
Yep, looks like the gatekeeper's also a pig.
I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror.
The eyes are just so comical, especially this pair, and like this grouping generally. Like, this one I could almost mistake for nothing, but then, like, you see over here is like, hi guys.
There's definitely a
I'm a pair of disembodied eyes watching you.
We have to look at it.
Scary. Ooh.
Pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
So, Alex, you remember how in the original version of this game, I would have to travel through this trail all the way to the creepy steeple and then come back
A little bit.
in this chapter? We no longer have to do that in this version of the game.
Cool.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? Maybe he's trying to keep us from looking because there's something horribly wrong with us.
Also, oh, the
No,
theme.
there isn't something horribly
Also, the
wrong.
Twilight Town
You look exactly
battle
how you're
theme is
supposed to.
really good.
Now stop second guessing my every word. You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your
Oh,
hand
there's the
against
Hyper
camera.
Goombas.
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
And that one made itself transparent. Of course.
I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper. You cross over
I
the
think
threshold
this is
and
going to
onto a
lock me
series of
into the path
isolated
that I want to
steps
go down.
suspended in darkness.
Void. Dark
Ow.
path. Fork in the road, no matter what. Goes night. All like. Gerdoids. Yeah, that's what happened last time. Not to free her, while not to play her.
More eyes.
Okay, so being unable, that'll.
Eyes.
Yeah, that's a good step.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and
Yeah, this
snow.
is a bit. This is all a bit consuming shadowy down here.
For a creature of flesh and blood.
Oh, I can almost see like the outline of the princess's face behind these eyes.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd
Got
come
a
back.
super shroom.
We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and
Yeah, that's
I.
what the player is on right now, or the
we need
the hero.
a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us. Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, she could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs.
So the
to
best
tell us
defense
what's
against
here.
the Hyper Paragumas and whatnot
Excuse me.
on this point of the game is Super Guard.
Perfectly reasonable. You're the one who's just
Because that's the only way you're going to guarantee not taking any damage. Because we don't have Vivian in the party yet.
I don't want. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't
And
really
there goes
matter
one Hyper Goomba.
the way you go. I'm going to find you.
Hmm.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
Alright, we got another 6 star points.
Before you.
There you are.
Oh, there you are.
I told you I
You know,
was
the very-
going to find you.
As the princess
Yeah, I'm sure at the
approaches,
very least
your
you guys
legs suddenly
have
go
some
numb.
form of plan for
Arms quickly follow.
Thanksgiving, but I don't.
Vaguely. Not really. Never really done a whole lot for it since 2020, but yeah. Just generally.
My
Make
parents
some-
are going down. My parents are going down south to see my older sister, her aunt. And meanwhile,
Isn't it?
I'm not exactly in the mood
No little knife this time.
to go
Looks
visit
like
at the
we
in-laws.
get you.
Yeah,
There has to be a way
Oh.
out of this. Think.
Have some dinner, watch a movie probably.
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times
Ah.
I can
Oh.
play with you before you break.
Your vision as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want...
And then
Ha ha ha!
once more. Okay, whatever you were
Super
doing,
guard for the
let's
win.
just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver,
I
nerves,
wish.
heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
I'm not the one wearing a broken porcelain mask right now in a pseudo-goth wedding dress.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
I know. You told me last time.
Out of
Destroy
star
is such an
piece.
unenlightened way of putting it. So sudden, so
And the shop key.
I'm not going to destroy the world, but I am going to hold it in my hands and squeeze it.
She's got the whole world in her hands.
I'm going to make it afraid, just like I've made you.
You want to know where the
I'm not
first
really
time I've
afraid,
heard
I'm
that?
just kind of laughing at the weird eyes you've spawned in the background.
So Alex, you know where the first time I've heard that song?
Where?
It was in Berserk. It was in the finale of Berserk Abridged.
Huh, okay.
So for context's sake, a in that abridgment, and Ben Creighton ended up doing this interesting thing, in where at first each member of the God Hand was going to have like their own little motif.
Ah, yeah.
Each spawn on was to the tune of the Tom Jones song "She's a Lady," albeit sped up. But then he ended up deciding that everybody else would just have he's got the whole world in his hand, and just to make things easier on himself.
Yeah, I remember, he talked about how Vegas back in the day only had 2 audio tracks, too. You could either have dialogue and sound effects, or dialogue and music, or music and sound effects, but you couldn't have both, or you had to do some really funky editing.
Yep.
Remember, I tried to do some editing with Windows Movie Maker, and I wound up doing all of my audio editing in, Audacity instead. That was when I found out, hey, Adobe Premiere is actually way better. But, you know, Premiere didn't work on my old shitty computer, so...
Ooh, Defense Plus.
Oh, you've increased in animation quality, well, art quality. A coward, you say?
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance.
Oh, great! It's a black treasure chest. You know what?
I did get a
means.
chance to see what lay beneath. There was nothing.
The complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, A million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No, 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 no.
Oh, that's interesting.
Your existence hurts them.
I mean, every existence hurts everything, technically.
A lonely soul
It's just,
in a room
the
by
degree of how
sea.
much you help versus how much you hurt.
Ooh.
Years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
What were you expecting? Did you think a lovely lady would pop out or something?
Life,
I mean,
love,
some people would
children,
expect that.
a steady career.
Now I'm going to
Those were
hit
your
you with the
years.
king of curses,
They
the
were the best,
cursiest curse ever.
the worst.
Fear my terrible power. You will know the pain of having your body roll up and real small. Be cursed.
It forgets everything it is.
Ah!
Distant,
Now you're cursed, loser. Savor your suffering. When this curse strikes you, you won't even be able to walk. You'll be forced to roll around as a tacky tube. Your suffering amuses me, and so I laugh. Now show me your cursed plight so I can
It's
laugh
supposed to be
all
an
the more.
interrobang down at the end
Just
here,
press
but
and
yeah.
hold ZR, or then rotate L repeatedly.
You can't keep going. What are you talking about?
Your pathetic misery thrills me to the core. When you're in that form, you must roll around everywhere like some
Your body
embarrassingly
is dead, but you live
extruded
on.
wheel. I want to get a good long look at
Oh.
you in this pitiful form.
Oh no, it's
Now
all the chapters
roll.
all at
Roll
once.
like a dropped butterscotch on a sidewalk.
Hey, moment of clarity.
Shit. What?
Well, do you see how pitiful and tubular you are? When the suffering
What
becomes
am
too
I?
much,
Who am
press
I?
B to
What
revert to
will
your
I
normal
be?
self. Don't forget.
Where am I going? What will I
So tell
see?
me, do you now
Searching my
understand your eternal
who
cylindrical
to
agony?
feel. What thoughts
I
are
leave you to suffer,
fantasy?
fools.
What memory?
Yes, it feels
Real.
like we've never left. We have to let her out.
I'm very much getting the distinct impression that
You have to slay her. Slay. We decided not to do that.
you know I'm
Yeah.
I
we're
feel
supposed
like
to let her out.
I
If
feel
only
like these
way this
ch-
works out for us. If
oh,
you think
hold
about
on.
it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
Yeah, I got all the voices at once. I hear
Anyway,
voices in my head. They confuse the fuck out of me all day.
No. We were
I
supposed
thought
to
they
keep her
counseled
trapped
you and
there
understand.
forever.
Not right now. They're all arguing. We're having a board meeting, and it's quite a bit of disagreement.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
Listen. We spent a lot of time and energy keeping our heart going, Mr. Cold. I'm not going to let you stop it.
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
Fear so deep, it gets the best of me. Here I fall. Here it comes, face to face with me. Oh god, that is the most aggressive the voice of the smitten has been since he was disembodied.
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
That's a good question.
Many times.
Let's ask Canadian Robin Williams. Canadian Robin Williams, what do you think?
It feels like we've been here forever. It also feels like we've...
Once the curse did something useful.
It doesn't matter. Yes, we just have to do what she says, and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on. Of course we're wrong. She's the only thing that's right. Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it? What does here even mean, if you really think about it?
That's not contrary, that's just existential.
Shut up. You were here. Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
Rule.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget.
Nope. Weird. Capture cursor is supposed to be working here. Oh, there it is.
I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all
Okay, so what was going on there?
ashamed.
I don't know.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her. Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment? Ugh.
Ooh, spooky.
It never goes anywhere. Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I?
Who am I? What am I? Where will I be? Where am I going and what will I see? Yeah, we've already been through that.
Great questions even. But they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do because we all
So, Alex, I did ask you a question in DMs earlier, or feel free to answer them.
Oh, yeah.
In there.
Yeah, well... Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. We'll figure it out.
As if I recall, you didn't really have anything planned.
Smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages
Unless I'm mistaken. And that you and Benjamin...
No, there's nothing going on.
Your thoughts are far
Damn
too
it.
scattered to rein back in.
No,
Only
I'm not
if you
talking
choose to
about that. I'm talking about my scenario.
We've tried that. It doesn't work. Our hearts always brought us back to her. The deck is stacked. So many paths, and they're all circles.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
How do all these squares make a circle?
How do all these squares make a circle? No, it's fine. It's all right.
Nope, it's fine.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me. It bothers me greatly. That one's still green.
Nope, it bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
Yeah. What's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we...
How do you guys feel about my attempt at Mr. Perfect Cell?
Mr. Perfect Cell.
It's pretty good. It's a very damn good perfect cell.
Could have ourselves a nice little cell convention here. We could,
yes, a very good cell convention.
We could call it the Cell Wall.
Yes, the cell wall.
Or perhaps, the membrane. Yes, that's what it should be called. The cellular membrane.
The cellular membrane. It sounds like a very good idea.
We could call our band that, the cellular membrane.
In hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have made this an open invite.
No, you shouldn't, because all you'll find are more of you.
More cell means more fun.
More cell means eventually we'll turn into a giant organism.
You're lucky you haven't been stuck.
Yes, a very giant.
There's no other way to
What happens when
Because
you...
I'm
What
perfect.
happens when a bunch of cells group up together in the same place?
They can't do
That's an interesting question.
I believe it's called life.
Yes, life. Only for us to take it away from people we really don't like.
Ooh, I got the best bingo.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something. That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work?
Probably not.
No. Nothing ever works.
Thank you, Mr. Broken.
Boo. You're the worst one.
Thank you, Mr. Opportunist.
He's not the one who got us into this mess. At least I keep you breathing around her.
So
See?
as you guys know, there is a rare enemy you can encounter in this as part of the stage called the Amazy Daisy, or rather the Crazy,
And that kind of attitude is why you're
I
which
think
is
I
a
know what
golden
enemy you're
daisy.
talking about.
great. And that's why you're
And if you kill it, you get a lot of experience, but chances are it's gonna run off like a bitch before you could even do that.
Nothing happened. Hopefully this stuff's all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me.
Like, I'm not even joking there.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
The rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen
need
your
that.
focus when you need it. I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity. My point exactly.
We're a giant bird-rabbit creature. I'm not really sure dignity is within our remit.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Thank you, honey.
You make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there. Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it. He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose. They've been hurt too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level.
I don't know. We're pretty far down as it is, Mr. Narrator, so... No.
Or you could just give up.
Yeah.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces. She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free. It's the only way we can have our thoughts back.
I seem to have a few too many thoughts. If you want to take a few of them, feel free.
Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what. Proceed.
Ooh, hammer throw.
I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific.
That's gonna be useful.
How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works.
Oh, there you are!
Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
Make the best decisions. This is why I get to make the decisions.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and
Damn
unknown
it.
texture to suggest the structure therein.
The Amazy Daisy wasn't affected.
Unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt.
It has
floor,
20 attack,
hint of
1
its shining
defense,
edge teasing
and 20
through the
HP.
sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
And both of them bolt it.
Oh, I'll see! Running away, eh? You yellow bastards! Get back here! Get what's coming to you! I'll bite your legs off!
You reach down to take the blade.
Thank you, Damon.
The ground beneath it shifts.
Had to make a Monty Python Holy Grail reference there.
Many of us would have in your stead.
It is so
Gaze ye not into the
Well-
abyss, for when ye gaze into the abyss gazeth back into ye.
deep
Or
in the
however
bowels of
that
the
goes.
earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could knock you.
That's not fun. It's like the opposite of fun.
That's not fun at all.
That was so brave.
That's not a pizza.
But for
That's
others,
not a
that
pizza
was
at all.
wrong. And time erodes everything.
Well, you know, who wants to live forever?
I've already taken
Evidently
it,
you.
and you're not getting it back.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I promised you 2 pizzas.
I
Together, exploring the world and spreading
sing my whole life to break it.
And
Hell.
hell
Falling down the
Falling in
pit
love
to
with
you.
Now don't pause.
Oh god, that was great.
I've already molded you into what I need, and you lost your power so long ago.
But I've got me power right here. It's called the load game function, mate.
Do something.
Oi, mate!
Anything.
Close the bloody door! Don't you Yanks know how to knock?
There's no bloody door here. It's just a hole in the fucking ground.
Hole in the fucking ground, mate. What are you
Hole in
doing
the
bringing the old
fucking
album, mate?
ground.
Get the new one, man, the new one!
Yeah, that's what I thought, you fucking flowers.
All her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle.
You want some of this? Oh, you want some of this, don't you? Hey, don't
You
run
want
away
some
from
of
me.
this? Take my Sukidan! Or Spirit Ball, or whatever it's called.
The motion is difficult at
I was
first,
more going
as if
for a
something
sanity not
shall
included
resist your
reference.
efforts.
You want
Okay.
some of
But
this?
then that
Oh, you
resistance
want
Okay.
some of this, don't you? Hey, walk away from me when I'm talking to you.
Spider
Welcome to the
princess,
creepy
spider princess, invisible spider princess from the deep.
Welcome to the creepy steeple with open bar.
8 arms, no visible legs, not a head, that's a hole. Hey there. She is the spider ghost.
I didn't think I'd be so.
I'm gonna save the stuff in the well for later.
Why is it so cold?
You'll know why.
I like how the effect on her voice is kind of fading.
Huh. So I can't.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her. Maybe it won't be
Hi,
so
Buzzy
bad.
Beetle.
Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally, we can smash it.
Smashing.
Smashing. What do we say?
How did
Yeah,
we
smashing.
How did we feel knowing that Tim Curry voiced Nigel Thornberry?
I didn't know that originally.
One of his
And
best roles.
I found that out long after I'd never long after I'd never watched the Wild Thornberries again.
I
Not on purpose.
loved watching the Wild Thornberries as a
Yeah.
kid.
Not on purpose, just, you know, never had an opportunity to.
That's okay.
This is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm
Go
ready.
back up.
It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you.
And let's go in.
Ready for the truth. I'm ready.
You're ready for the truth. Well, you know, we are here's the truth, Mr. Skeptic.
Boys, it's been an honor.
You know what reviews we should watch, Alex?
What?
Bayless's review of the Resident Evil movies.
Ah. Yeah, we are a giant rabbit bird creature.
Because Damon, and keep in mind, and
Oh yeah, we
we did,
watched those movies. All 6 of them.
and the CGI movies.
And the yeah, and 3 out of the 4 CGI movies.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Oh.
We still had one more.
And one more live action film they came out with a couple of years ago.
We're not watching that one.
We gotta.
No, we don't. I am not obligated to do so. There is nothing you can do to say to make me.
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no... I am everything that you have... It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse. It says that your heart is gentle. This one is a waiting mall, an inevitable destination where all roads end.
Yeah, that line sounds like it's new. Like it was recorded either at a different distance from the mic or on a different mic than the others.
Now I wonder
Or maybe
why
they
I
didn't
can't get in that one.
Or maybe they didn't apply the effects in the same degree or order they did before.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything word. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen. Perhaps this will change. We will know when we near our destination. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring. My joy is in seeing. The tides do not dictate.
Oh, great.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
So these guys are going to try to remove us from the castle. All we got to do is this. Wait.
All right, moment of clarity. See here. Try
And now
the
we get to fight.
wild. We'll have to go.
And now
to
we
the
fight a
east
completely
first.
optional boss. Atomic Boo.
Do I see a ghost? Kids, get back! We gotta kill some ghosts!
You're here to
Initially, this didn't even have a unique boss theme. It just had the generic boss theme, sub boss theme of the game.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The door to the basement.
I pressed.
Is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool.
That was random.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you walk down the stairs and I am begging you. You're only making this more.
Thank you.
You're making a. No. You're doing the. You walk up to the chains by. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's doubtful.
Okay. I'll be here.
Someone.
And we took it out.
Easier for everyone.
I heard
Got
the
50
doors
coins as a
closed.
bonus.
If I could just get.
She barely hesitates as she rips her flesh from. It's the blade, or you won't like.
What do we get? Lucky start.
Okay, so. Okay, so yep, so unfortunately now we are going to have to
Bring the blade down and
get all
plunge it into the
Stabatha
princess's back.
on here.
Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Okay, please put the.
No, what would you do, Goombella? Inquiring minds wish to know.
You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mr. Hero, we're a little bit damaged right now.
Feel all those gashes and
All right, we got 18 star points thanks to the curse.
Blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step.
Level
and
up.
The princess lunges towards you. The two of you
Boyakasha.
a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
I have a feeling this isn't where I wanted to go.
Silence. You've paid a terrible price.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken.
But you don't have time to worry over such things.
Yep, no, the witch. Yeah, I've been through this before.
You're on a path. You make the blade.
You must.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs. She's beautiful. I am begging you to.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
You're only making.
Thank you.
You're making. No. You're doing. Walk up to their large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have.
Made doubtful.
Okay.
Witness. You easier.
I heard that
There's a slight.
if I
She ripped for you. Without hesitation. Okay.
You.
The princess put wounded, but
You've made a.
I thought it's an act. She's don't as you read your forget. Though your nerves that you we can.
Okay, so yeah, this'll do.
Switch.
As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
What?
There we go.
You're on a path in the woods.
I haven't seen this one before.
Path is a cabin.
So, Alex, you know what the backwards long jump sounds like?
Is a princess.
No, not off the top of my head.
You're here to slay her. A terrible.
Well, let me tell you what it sounds like.
Maybe it's best to
Ooh.
keep it that way.
Ooh.
If he doesn't remember what happened,
Ooh.
then something else must have trapped us here.
Let's be for real. You should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess. We could go back and forth on this forever. Those are two very different questions.
Let's get these stairs to the other side.
We did our best, and yet you still done. And I believe your other question. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the Yes, but if it's the latter, do you think the people all the more reason to keep our wits about us? Should we even return to the cabin? We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead. You have to go.
So, Damon,
Just be quick.
Yeah?
I gotta tell you something. So one session in between me and Alex, they had me going through a bit of have been watching a bit of Spider-Man Shattered Dimension, and let's just say that there was one part of the Cravens in the section of the game that made me be like, "Oh God, that's what I said. That's why I said such and such."
Okay.
Because Craven and says in that game, "Welcome to the jungle," and I'm like, Spider-Man, why didn't you say but do you have fun in games or whatever?
God, a missed opportunity for a Guns N' Roses reference.
I know. One time, Spider-Man would have been more than welcome to make a reference, and he doesn't take the opportunity.
Yep, not to mention it's a damn kick-ass song.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun
We
and
got guns
games.
and nades.
Got everything you want, honey, we know the name. We are the people that you find wherever you may be. Well, if you got the money, honey, we got your disease in the jungle.
Jungle!
Welcome to the jungle.
We
Gotta bring it to ya.
Knees.
Knees.
I wanna watch you bleed.
Bleed. Welcome to the jungle. Taking day by day. Learn to live like an animal. That's the price you pay.
Okay, guys, we got a boss fight against Alex. I want you to look at the stream, and you will see the absolute legend
a
that we are
camera?
going to. Hold on. Hey, hang on there.
What kind of sadistic retard watches this crap?
Hey, hang on there, Slick. What are you doing and interrupting my me time?
Oh no, it's the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
This is the monster the mayor was talking about? You gotta be kidding me! Who are you calling a monster? What's your problem? Why do you need to pick a fight? I'm busy thinking
It's
of new
gonna be a
pranks and
fight.
stuff. It's not easy either. Now get lost. Of course, you guys won't. No way you ninnies go away quietly, am I right? Well, all right then, Slick. Fine. Yes, I turned the villagers into pigs. Big deal. Big deal? You big jerk? Why would you do something like that?
Because I wanted to. Motherfucker.
Well, you know, they're all so depressing and boring and dim-witted all the time. So instead of wallowing in gloom, I figured they might as well wallow in mud. Now they're pigs, get it? Isn't that just so perfect? It's like irony or something. So what? You got a problem with that? I guess you do. So let's play, Slick.
So this charming fellow is the mysterious bedsheet ghost.
Hmm.
He will, if you paid attention at all to the original game, you would know who this guy is. Alrighty.
The blade is your implement. You'll need
Unfortunately, this is going to go down a little bit of wacky path. By wacky, I mean a little bit fucked up. More fucked up than some of the other things in this game, but hey, I wanted
Yes,
to
I'll
get
get down and
experience all
dirty
the
if you're
content
gonna
this
play
game
like
had,
that,
so
Slick.
Definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so
God
very
damn it.
different? I wonder why?
I mistimed
Maybe
it.
that's because you haven't actually.
Time to
I
regroup
hope to
here.
find your
So you
family
think
got
you're a couple of
different
heavies,
focus.
huh? Well then, my dear friends, if you thought changing
What
folks into
for
pigs
makes
was
you basement
impressive,
floor?
then you're gonna
Oh,
love this.
Isn't
that's
I've got
oddly
something
low
very special
resolution.
for you here.
That is really low resolution.
How do you like them apples? Now that's magic, people. Now you're fighting yourself. Ha! I'm a dang genius. Hold on. What? What? Huh? You beat me?
Yep, we totally beat him. Not a shred of doubt in my mind. Yep, Mario's totally not making that gloomy expression. And for no reason. Why didn't the crystal star reveal our ability? Unless this one is
Funny you said
worthless.
funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know
Mario
that
defeated the
it's
scourge of Creepy Steeple and found the fourth crystal star. The people of Twilight Town have surely recovered from their awful curse by now. At this rate, Mario's quest to collect all 7 crystal stars will be done in no time. With his back to the creepy steeple, Mario sets out towards his bright future. Are you kidding me? What a pushover. Well, we got the crystal star, so let's get out of here. Hang on. This doesn't feel right. Why am I a shadow? Hey, Alex,
Yeah?
does my shadow look
He
pixely?
was there a second ago.
Not as much as the ones in Resident Evil 6 did.
Oh, that's why I made that little thing.
And now it's
Because
gone.
for context sake, Big Damon, as I'm sure we've already discussed, when we played Resident Evil 6, Alex made a big stink about the shadows.
Well,
Okay.
it was a PS4 game.
He said, "Why is my shadow so pixely on
On
PS4?"
PS4?
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
That's an odd effect. That doesn't sound right.
Sounds almost feral.
That's like the room reverb preset in Audacity.
Or maybe eager.
Like, it doesn't sound bestial. It sounds robotic almost.
Meanwhile,
Yes, this time we'll take that Mario and get his mech. With this super bob um, here, there's no way we can fail. No, not likely. Ugh. Ugh. Vivian, hand me that glorious super bomb. Huh? Vivian, don't you dare. Does that mean what I think it does? I never had it. You were holding it just 2 seconds ago. You said it was too important to trust me with. Oh, you terrible liar. Stop making up stories to cover for yourself. If I don't have it, then obviously you must have it. And obviously you lost it. Or are you trying to imply that I lost it, you little lollygagging worm? Wait, no, of course not, Beldam. Well, we can't do much without it, now can we? Oh, you are such an idiot. Very well, I'm sure you must have dropped it around here somewhere. So why don't you look for it while Marilyn and I go take a well-earned siesta? And if you don't find it, well, you
She
know what'll
kind of looks like a
happen, don't
lion,
you?
Mr. Narrator.
I I get punished. That's right, you little twit. So get cracking. Come, Marilyn, let's leave this useless little fool to her chore.
uh-huh.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs.
I really still feel
You're
bad
right
for
to be
Vivian.
terrified. I'm so much
Yeah,
more than
the character
you.
got fucked around with.
Little splinter clutched in trembling hands
It's
that
like
favored
no matter
you
it's
over
like
me.
she's either just straight up female and wants to be seen as a sister or to Beldam. In most of the North American localizations, or just a femboy in Japan, or in Italy, straight up trans.
Yeah.
It's really weird how that character got worked around in the translation department. Because I'm just like, yeah, this character got messed around with a lot.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous
Oh, Jesus Christ.
lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes.
Oh, that was a little bit. That was a little bit freaky. That sound. Good job on that, Nicole.
Run, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain.
And honestly,
Devoured.
with with that character,
That's it.
I never really knew anything about this
This isn't it.
whole shindig with Vivian, because
Yeah, you wouldn't back in the day, really.
yeah, and I didn't pay attention to internet drama way back then, and because back then I didn't really care for it.
You are in a dark.
I didn't
Oh,
care
no.
about a lot of
Now
internet
we enter the
BS.
vor chapter.
Keep in mind, I didn't really care about internet and stuff until like a little like years later after I ended up joining Twitter.
Welcome to Monstro's Belly with open bar.
So I want to just kind of want you to keep that in mind, since that's kind of why I didn't really know about this whole thing that you and Ben have talked about ad nauseum. Well,
Yeah.
I know you barely talked about it,
Yeah,
but
to some extent, I didn't really know a whole lot about it either.
well, for once, I'm actually running away from battles because I do not have a partner who battle with.
He buggered off. So he has. He's scarpered.
Brave Sir Robin ran away. No,
What?
bravely ran away.
I didn't.
When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Yes, brave Sir Robin turned about, and gallantly he chickened out, taking to his beat a
Who
very brave
lies?
retreat. The bravest of the brave, Sir Robin.
I never did. would never!
Belong down there, it screamed at me.
But
Mr.
you know what?
Narrator, were you being mean to the princess again?
You know, one thing I gotta say is neat about the remake is that at least the the paper roll control is much better. Hey, what's up, Slick? Been waiting for you. Yeah, you're Mario, right? What a great name. And I really dig this body too. Man, can I jump now? And hey, you're so popular around here. I got mobbed. I just love being you. Yeah, it's so cool. I don't think I ever want to stop. So you figured it out by now, right, Slick? Your body and name belong to me now.
But I'm a
See,
me, Mario.
I've got the power to change my shape into anyone I want. It comes in handy.
Oh, so
But to
you're a scroll.
really be someone, then I need to take their name and body too. Which means you turn into a shadow and can't use your name. Tough break, Slick. That's not enough either. I aim to erase you for good. I guess it's be unsporting to ruin you without a challenge, so I'll give you one chance. If you guess my real name, then I'll give you back your name and body. What do you say, Slick? This'll be fun, right? Now guess, what's my name? Hit me with your best shot.
And I was here. A new
Give me a
enclosure,
name,
a
guys.
nicer cage, but still a prison.
Ooh, what?
I'm allowed 8
Bozo.
characters. Bozo.
Can you say Big Golden Bozo? No, 8 characters. Damon, do you have any ideas?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, then we'll go with.
Bozongo. Boo. Boozoo. Okay, that works.
I learned from my wounds. You're alive.
On the mundo, little nobody. Who'd name the kid that? Prepare for
Your
tombs.
parents. Your parents would
Yeah,
Your parents would
and
name you that.
don't even think about running from battle here. No running.
You probably hate your parents.
What's his
Seriously.
name? What is his actual name? Can you guess his actual name?
You can guess it only when you hear or what it is, because unfortunately you can't. Unfortunately, you can't damage him. You have no choice but to run.
Hmm.
You can't damage him. He can't damage you. So, battling him is pointless. Aww, that's no fun.
Coward! Come out! Show yourself!
That is a bad.
Hmm.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Your body is violently jostled. The disruption.
Hmm.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
I'm so very, very patient.
Oh, nice.
If it takes lives and lives.
All right,
and
let's
lives
go
to find
and
my way
find
through,
our
then that is what I'll do.
half girl, half boy, half girl boy.
Ah.
The princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Flesh screams as your red
What'll I do? What'll I do for me?
blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
I'm looking for something very important. If I don't find it, my sister's going to punish me again. It should be around here somewhere, but I just can't find it.
See.
Found
If I
it.
go?
What? You found it?
Okay.
Every creature craves freedom.
Oh, thank you
Do
so
what you do
much.
before
Thank
you
goodness.
run.
At least I won't get punished now. Oh no!
Never truly
It's
exceed the
it's
limits of the
broken.
flesh. Your vision finally begins
Must
to
have
blur.
broken when my
Your
sister
eyes
dropped
cloud
it.
over as they melt
What'll I
in their
do?
sockets.
What'll I do?
What
Oh,
before
why
dawn
does
begins
everything
in
have to
this
go wrong all
loathsome
the
stream of
time?
flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe.
I don't feel
And your
bad.
lungs mercifully give out
You're
before
very
you have to
sweet.
suffer another
That actually makes me
horrific,
feel a little better.
confining moment.
What'll I do
Everything will
now?
start.
Sisters will be back any minute. Second, what's your name
Well,
anyway? Won't you tell me?
huh.
What? I can't hear you.
Huh. Okay, that
Your
was
name was stolen? I
not
see.
what I was
Well, I
expecting.
guess that happens from time to time. Wait, no, it doesn't. Your name was stolen? Well, I'm not sure what to call that kind of problem.
The click of
Sh
what you
fits, I
presume to be a
guess.
door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step.
Wiz, you have way worse problems than I do.
And then it's gone
No.
quiet, hasn't it?
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lovely.
Yeah, they were very abusive to you.
Ah.
Yep,
This place is cold.
I already told you about the line that was in this version of the game, Alex, and I know many people despised. So now Vivian basically acts like our version of this game's version of Bao. Oh, in which she can hide us from enemies.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to move?
Okay, so
Yep,
I'm gonna go back the
we
earliest
gotta
one.
go. All right,
Though
so
you have little
we
room
There
gotta
we
to
do
go.
move, you use what strength you can muster to
the only
drive
bit
the blade forward into the
of
thick
arduous
walls of tissue
backtracking that we
digesting
have
you.
to do,
I can
which
feel you
is
tearing
walk
through me,
all the way
but are
back
you
to the
swift?
creepy
Your body
steeple.
is violently jostled,
There we go.
disruption causing
The cage is still locked.
You know, funnily enough, Alex, I believe I told you this already, but back when I used to play this game with my sisters, or they ended up teasing me about out saying that I had some kind of crush on Vivian, and I'm like, no.
desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams.
You can't hold me
And
forever.
oh, and I swear sometimes my family members do the weirdest
Your body is
things.
dissolving, eroding into unrecognizable shapes. Your will
Yeah.
pulls it forward. You have a target.
So now is the only time we gotta walk all the way back to the creepy steeple.
We're too late.
Do not fret, we won't have to do that and
Is it
again.
spite? No,
Eh.
it's something better. It's for
Hey,
Ahab,
what's up,
strike the heart from the
Slave?
belly to the
Been
beast,
waiting
yeah.
for you. I would have done this back in town, but that wouldn't have looked very good, would it?
So you found a way to kill me.
So, this is the one who stole your name and body? He looks sort of familiar to me.
With those prophetic words,
All right, Kane the
you do not
Chatter.
draw another
Here's the
breath.
deal. You get your
Your body
chance, then I
tangled and
stomp
melting
you.
in the
If you
cooling
guess my real
flames of the
name, then you
princess's
get your
flesh.
body and name back.
Everything goes
Fire
dark,
away, no name.
and you die.
We're getting out of here, because it's a
But if
waste
you
of
save the
time.
world, I have
Aww, that's no fun. See, in the original, you're forced to try to guess his name 3 times.
Huh.
In the remake, they were like, you know what?
There we go.
We're
That's the
already,
satisfying version of that.
they're like, you know what? We're already gonna force the player to go back and forth between the
Like
mansion,
death in the wood.
between in
It
the
had
steeple.
no beginning.
Also, we're not gonna
It
waste their
has no
time.
end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them
You
from
talking
reaching
about
the
me?
places they need to
Or are you
reach.
talking about the narrator? Oh, hey, my cursor's changed again.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2.
At least they actually made it more clear how to time
No wonder things aren't the way they're supposed
Daisy's
to be.
singing
Let's get our facts straight.
in this, because there was barely a visual
Possibly done for things to
method
go
in the original game and in the original version of this one.
Yeah, she's talking about the narrator.
He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the
So Alex,
corner of
since
the
you
eye
have
or with
access to the original Paper Mario on Switch Online, I'm sure,
Shut up.
or you would end up,
Talk.
you would one day want to
What
go
Oh,
in and
yeah.
play that game.
Eventually, yeah, I've got a bunch of things I'd like to get to eventually.
I can hear
Well,
everything, little one.
thankfully, if you need
You
any
don't have
any
to
help
be
and
afraid
whatnot
of
on
me.
getting to
There's only
places,
a place
I'm your
where you
guy.
end and I begin. Nothing can hurt
Cool.
you here. Not anymore.
Oh. I like that. I don't feel so small anymore when you put it like that.
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart,
Like,
and we can be so much more still.
most
Vast
of my fondness of
infinity.
Vivian comes from the fact that I just feel sorry for her,
Yeah.
or in game. Not
That's
even just
fine.
because of the localization thing, but just because of the
Kind of.
fact that she's been a victim of bullying by her in-universe bullying by her sisters. At the very least, we can use the other 3 crystal stars without any restrictions. Aside from how many star points we have. Ooh. Hmm. Now I gotta take out this guy. Frick. Well, at least I don't have to worry. Well, at least when tossing items, I can choose to use them er, if they're recovery items. Something you can't do in the original.
She ate you. you're convinced that you're stuck.
Sorry, I was just reporting that bug I saw earlier.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This
We
is
are
how
one,
we're
we are
supposed to
one,
be.
we will fight together.
Feel it?
Number one, number one.
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
And just so you know, with the original Paper Mario, Alex, there is a as you've seen in my gameplay of it, there's a level cap.
Ah.
You can only get up to level 30, and the maximum amount of HP and FP you can have is 50, while the
They missed
maximum...
a huge opportunity to make a Paper Mario All-Stars collection.
Oh, that would have been good. Like have the entirety of the original trilogy on Switch or something.
Fuck, we could put the other two games in there too.
Let's not dignify the other games.
I'm just saying, like, let's throw something in there.
Oh, great, a spiny beetle.
Space on the cart for it. Excuse me.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must
So yeah,
be
this is why we couldn't really go down into the well earlier. Or it's because this thing needed to be pushed. And you can't get it clear, and you can't get past it without Vivian.
You should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it...
And there's the last shine sprite of the creepy steeple.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Going down.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed
Got
against each other by something
another second to
that
last
understands
star
the strength
piece.
of our unity.
I can feel a thumping.
That's a suspicious block right there.
Constant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop.
That wasn't in the original.
If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Got Mr. Softener.
I think we should hear out whatever it is that's trying to be heard. I like to take all options into account before making any big decisions, and what's the harm in just listening?
Our plus badge.
Please, don't make us remember how I
The
was.
steeple key.
And just like that,
And the letter P.
I can remember it now. I didn't like
Ah!
it.
What happened to those
course you wouldn't.
weirdos who were just here?
Burn.
Ah, whatever.
And the air was so
It was
hot to
almost
breathe.
nice to have some company.
Didn't care.
I mean, no matter how important it is that no one know his real name, locking me up in here just because I know it, and making me guard the name's stupid missing letter,
No way to treat a parent. I really want a cracker. Hoopless, you're a big meanie. When's feeding time, huh?
You remember that you are a distinct
Ah,
form and a mortal body.
pretty bird, pretty bird.
There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
No, I devoured you. I won.
Yep.
I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
Alrighty.
When so,
First, we unlock this.
a cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were.
Now, where does this pipe lead?
A cabin
Let's
comes
find out.
rolling among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself blade in hand.
Would you look at that?
Exactly where you need to be.
We're already back in Twilight Town.
The center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose.
Hey, what's up, Slick? Been waiting for ya.
Once and for all.
I feel empty.
Hey, Slick, time to cancel your magazine subscriptions because you're getting erased. First, please amuse me with one more guess. It really gives me joy to watch you squirm in futility as you try to guess my name. So, hit me one more time.
Sitting on a hill. Do we have to do this? You have to.
Well, now we already know his name.
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming. And that other thing
Got
is...
another thing coming.
We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
What did you just say?
Sure.
His words
Got another
me.
thing coming.
No, 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 no. Wait. Wow. I'm feeling faint.
the ones with authority around here, so we can do whatever we like. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not.
Alrighty.
Whatever.
Well, obviously, Vivian, the one place he could think to hide because he's that uncreative.
You're happy.
Let's go back to the creepy steeple, but this time, we use this.
I didn't think you would do that.
It's fuck having to walk all the way back there.
It's so cold without you.
First, before we... Let's see.
Hey.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Oh,
Should
right.
we try and find her? And there's
I
that
missed
window
one.
again. Why is it here? Why now?
There we go.
Stop that thing reeks of death. If they think it's bad.
Alright. We are done with chapter 4 in terms of shine sprites and star pieces. So let's go beat up Dupless.
Okay, so I'm gonna see what lady has to say about her, and then I'll go check out the other one.
So, in case you're wondering, Alex, Dupless is actually what's supposed to be known as a duplighost.
Huh.
Which is a recurring enemy you encounter in the 7th chapter of the original game.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought.
And duplighosts have the ability to mimic the appearance of your party members and whatnot.
Nothing. If I did.
But Dupless is basically a duplighost that is far more powerful.
I am on the cusp.
Anyway, let's go up and beat him up
Then,
once
whatever
and for
happens
all.
next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. These gifts are a conversation.
Hey, you again? And hey, you again, eh, Slick? You're pretty stubborn to follow me all the way here. Fine, fine, I see. I get it. Let's just put an end to this, shall we?
You
All right,
failed
kids, put on your fighting
through
gloves.
a
Oh,
network of connections too
it's
vast for your
me!
mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you
This
even
creep couldn't
grasp
take on
the fuzziest
us on
edges of the
his
shadows
own,
that
so he
define
teamed up with
you?
a 3-2 shadows.
We can change to fill them together.
You're gonna
Then
taste the
we can
pain
each
Gonzalez style,
just
Shadow Guy.
test the boundaries. We just need to find the right
Very
place to
good,
be
my loyal
at the
one.
right
And how
time.
dare this nameless nobody challenge the great Mario?
And to quote Half-Life 2, sometimes the wrong man in the right place can make all the difference.
Remember that some wounds will never heal.
And now
Some
Vivian
myths
just
can
found
never
out
be
that she was
mended.
helping Mario
Even
this whole
in
time.
rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us? You aren't whole.
So we could choose to
You'll
take
never
on
be
our
whole
party
again.
members
This
as well as
life
Dupless,
is
but
meaningless.
you primarily have to beat
Whatever you
Dupless.
think you're doing, you
See, your
will
friends ditch you
fall
because you don't have the
apart.
charisma of me,
We don't
Super
need
Mario.
to be made whole. All we need to do is
There's
let
no
the
fleeing this
spark
fight now.
lift his cage and break it.
Damn it! Ah, that's right. You guessed my name and now stuff hurts
Search and
sometimes.
stretch and search, growing as you decay, and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end.
Okay. Well, that's cool with me.
This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
I know a loser when I see one.
Aw, Vivian is joining us.
I can hold us together for a little while longer.
Alrighty.
So long as you trust me.
Let's use Power Lift and beat this bitch.
You won't find anything if I have to starve you. If I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
But you do find something that's cold and smooth, and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness, flattening against it.
Don't move.
What kind of poetry are you reading?
Grow
That's a
another
good
blade of
question.
grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this right now.
Why?
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it.
Breaking the chains around you. Now I'm breaking the chains. But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world. Place you need to be.
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Is this
I wonder if I could mod this game to replace all the dialogue with quotes from the A-Team.
Let's kill each other.
Probably.
Is that stock video of growing plants and zoomed in eyes of big cats? That would be quite fitting.
This.
It's a neat little kaleidoscope image back there.
We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are.
Boom shakalaka. No,
Yeah,
why?
you colorize my
How?
life. So sick of black and white.
Where did
You give me something I can take home.
Alright, we got 21 star points. And another level up
She's gone.
to cap off this chapter.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Death. Real death. You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy.
And Mario
Find
regains his
myself the
form.
long quiet, then I run into the cabin. Yep, and here's the other form of the wild.
You killjoys!
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Of course we'll have you.
It's like my math teacher said, you can't divide something into 0 pieces.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter.
You got the crystal star. Your star power is now 5, and Mario learned the special move Art Attack.
Twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Mario defeated the rogue who had stolen his name and appearance. Now Mario has 4 crystal stars. That leaves a mere 3 more to find. And that means his quest to collect all the crystal stars is more than half over. Now Mario heads off towards his next adventure with his new friend Vivian. But what about Beldam and Marilyn? And what became of the doppelganger Dupless?
The next I will be here.
Alright, so you remember that one that I did at the first run through of my original playthrough?
Seriously?
Well,
Somehow I doubt that, but
yeah, we're gonna
I suppose you just quietly continue down.
We're gonna do
the
that
path
again.
From the cabin. Good.
Neat.
What we're being asked to do, ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
turn around again and leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
By the way, Alex,
Yes,
you know
yes, I
how
am.
you know what Shadow's IQ actually is?
Is it over 9,000?
No, it's 200.
Okay.
Shadow has 200 IQ, making him very smart.
I meant everyone. That's a pretty large
Bowser's IQ is allegedly over 9,000.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
really
I know.
Last I checked,
he's really dumb and is much more easily manipulated than Eggman.
Mhm.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition. There's always a choice.
We're gonna have a quiz because as the last game had a quiz.
For pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go.
Now the first question: what will happen if you collect the 7 crystal stars?
The cabin is stalking me.
Out of the corner of your eyes, glimpses of
Music is starting to slow down.
through the leaves. But as you focus on your
To get rich or to become a superhero? Now the third question: what is the legendary treasure that waits behind the 1,000-year door?
And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths.
Hang out with it.
You're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about.
Hey, listen, Mr. Narrator, with great power comes no responsibility. Or, sorry, with no power comes no responsibility, and you've given me no power, so therefore I have no responsibility.
Otherwise, you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Although I was searching for the way home. I want to go
Just
back to my
imagine-
weird bird-rabbit family.
Just imagine in Peach trying to type in the message, but then she realizes, oh wait, hey, because of how this game's sprite work is my hands are mittens.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
You know, at the very least, the paper outline on on these characters is much more subtle than it is in the modern day Paper Mario games.
You're here.
Oh, and now we get Bowser.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than
So
you stumbled onto the
Cammy
pieces.
Koopa is going to get hyped up for WWE.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Forget that wimpy blimpy. I'll be riding this baby. I snuck into the Glitz pit once before, so I know the way. No problemo. You go easy on your old limbs and take the slow ride on the blimp, Grandma.
Then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't.
Huh? A warning light? Oh, don't tell me. Ah!
Added to my
You know I can tell when you're.
So Bowser or his Koopa clown car ran out of gas.
I am begging. She will lie. If we're stuck going in,
'Cause that's a thing that can happen.
Ignore him. He's just let's.
Ready to roll.
The cabin projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. There, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it throw it out the window. Could this enough for the world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. I've already told you what you're doing. You can't just listen
Ow.
to me.
Screw you,
If
X-Not.
you slay her, you cannot let. You've piqued my nothing because you'll just ignore the stress. How? Even if I'm not going to stop doing my job. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss it. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Okay. Good. Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? To be looking at yourself. There's definitely there isn't. You insisting it isn't there? We should watch time. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
This was terrible. I gotta get in shape. Look at all the merch that Cammy's got, Alex. Look at all that.
Okay.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Swimming.
How ridiculous you look right now.
I was overcome. Why, even at my age, I was shaking what my mama gave me. And then the hot dogs. Oh my gracious, yummily! You have fun too? Hmm? Lord Bowser, is that a no?
It was terrible, you hear me? I swallowed a dang blooper. You wanted to have fun. Forget it. It's over. Go get me some solid info on Princess Peach and the Crystal Stars now.
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to
Can't
see.
believe it was a fake Mario all that time. So we were all fooled. I'm so sorry, Mario. After all you've done for our town, did we hurt your feelings? Not really. You're a bigger man than I, Mario. Such fortitude. You're a true hero. You've brought a shining ray of light to our dim little town. Twilight Town thanks you.
No, thank you.
Please come back to visit any time you like.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap.
You know, if this were like the original Paper Mario games, if this was the original Paper Mario, we wouldn't really be taking that long on getting the chapters done. My dear Mario, I have finally learned what the legendary treasure is. It is the spirit of a demon. The X-Nauts plan to use its power to take over the world. They're collecting the crystal stars so they can open the 1,000-year door and unseal the demon's spirit. Those same crystal stars can also be used to reseal it. You must not let them get the crystal stars. Please, Mario, you must put a stop to their horrible plans. Princess Peach, P.S. As no, nobody is trying to fuck me today. Vivian, considering you were just with the two people that manipulated Grotus into doing this whole shindig, you should know who this demon is. Because that's one. Because I have to say, and one thing about the partners in these games, it's the fact that once they're recruited, their character arcs kind of stop. So you know that whole thing that ended up drawing in a bit of controversy, Alex? It's only one small thing in the chapter where she was prominently featured in, and then it's never brought up again.
Yay.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish.
So that's kind of why I don't really see it as much.
We're delving further and further into the concept art, gentlemen. Earlier and earlier drafts, let's go.
So yeah, Alex, as you could see, hey, this is kind of what I mean by the fact that it wasn't really that big a deal to me, because the partners aren't really,
that
major
part of the game.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm.
All right, let's dump 3 shine sprites into Vivian. Shazibi! Shazubi!
Now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass.
Alright, so... Next we gotta go.
We should trust you. Let's talk to her.
Over to the west side of Rogueport.
She seems normal.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all?
And Damon, yes, thank you for providing some of the other voices, so I'm not just the only one undoing a bit.
No problem.
No idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart.
That's very helpful, Contrarian.
It's because she wants to deceive you.
Got another shine sprite.
It's okay.
Oh, and since we've now powered up Vivian, she has access to one of the more or our busted abilities in the game called Fiery Jinx.
Can we put her back? You said you'd been here
And,
before,
and,
right? What exactly happened?
and when she can attack every foe and inflict them with burn status so long as you input the commands correctly. So yeah, that's kind of why I ended up having her be one of my go-to partner in most of the game after recruiting her. Because I really liked that burn effect.
Princess. You can call me Princess
Ooh.
if you'd like. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
Yeah, that's fair.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so
Hi, Bobbery.
down here. But at least
We'll
now
be
I'm not
seeing you
alone.
later.
You're not alone either.
I have no interest in passing the time with you, so leave me be.
Oh well, that's three
Now away
answers
with
at once.
you.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Basically, this scallywag
I feel like I've got
and will be
everything.
somebody we recruit in the next
So
chapter.
what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
I mean, I'd like to get under your skin in a different way, but
She fractures again.
You
where
know.
this is going.
you know.
Neither do I.
You
Which is why
know.
you need to slay her
I
now.
left the
If you
knife
know.
upstairs, narrator.
Than they already are. How would we even do that? Where
I
would
thought
we
this
start?
wasn't this window in the center like a persistent
We
thing
start by
before?
retrieving the blade.
Oh,
Let's go take on Zesty's Trouble, which is
I'm
negative
gonna
difficulty.
go see that. First.
And you know, Alex, I am hoping to one day stream Mario and Luigi a Superstar Saga, the 3DS version, since I feel like that has a bunch of slice of life improvement in
Nice.
compared to the original Game Boy Advance version. Because is that and the second game I feel were the only two that needed
No,
a
I'm wrong.
remake. Because let's be real here, the third game didn't need a remake.
Yeah, Bowser's Inside Story was already perfect. And I have the 3D.
You're starting to cut out, man.
Oh,
Oh dear.
okay.
Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen.
Like
to
you're
us if we have to
clicking a little bit on the mic.
follow those stairs.
Oh no.
That's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with it.
Oh
can we?
boy.
What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here.
Oh, not really.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end.
Well, now I could actually make something very useful.
Oh,
Yeah,
With my
that's very helpful.
with the many ultra shrooms and jam and jellies that I have stored.
We decide what to do. Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. You're drifting.
Which, by the way, in case you're wondering how busted these are, well, let's put it this way: they basically ultra jellies have pretty much the same level of potency as
This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
a Wacka's bump. So that way we don't need to go beat up Wacka for any more or of his delicious bumps.
Well, there are 3 of us in here, so we could probably achieve all of this.
Your foot lands, but it lands.
Now there's one more trouble I want to take care of before I end the stream. An elusive badge.
Good
and
idea.
I wonder who could possibly
I mean, all those could be
Maybe-
the same.
Could be.
I wonder who this mysterious character could possibly be. Perhaps it is the ever elusive question mark from Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal.
Da 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 da.
I know it-
Da da
I know
da
his-
da da da.
I know his
Dun,
name is
dun, dun.
Silver, but you get the idea.
It's
So
no
you got a
use.
Pokemon at the lab.
Take this!
Do you not have anything witty to say?
Oh,
I could use a good bit of
it's
wit.
you.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world.
All right, we gotta go
Oh, hey, it's
all
the flirt.
Yep, we gotta go all the way up Hooktail's castle. And I do mean all the way up.
Yep. Yep. All the way to Hooktail's castle.
Falls apart? I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Doop, 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 doop.
Did you do this? Did we do this?
I think, weirdly enough, my favorite member of the X-Nauts in this game is Lord Crump. Mostly because his theme is an absolute banger.
But hey, at least he doesn't have a fetish for penguins.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
I don't know what direction they were going in for, or that part in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. Lord Crump, Crump, loved penguins so much that he wanted to be a teenage girl in Japan.
And also the fact that I was kind of a perv in the Japanese version.
Should we try and find her?
And Mazaki age 16?
But it feels so bad. Yeah, don't look at it.
And then we also have a Anfish as quote unquote Morgan Freeman in that one bit.
Yep.
That was great.
Even has her bra
Nothing at all.
size
Nothing at all.
documented.
Nothing at all.
Yep. And also, bringing up the full name and the age, that was actually in the Japanese version.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
I have to ponder, why did Martin stop using the Japanese version for parts of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge when he could have just,
I know, right? Like the final episode of season 3 and a majority of season 4. And even season 5. Like, the Japanese version is the uncut version.
Yeah.
and he has readily available access to all of that shit.
He's got the raws. Unless he lost them or something.
I highly doubt how he could have just lost them.
I mean, hell, when I downloaded the raws, I backed them up on blank discs.
Which he should have thought to do, but apparently not.
Hey, I
Yeah.
have Yu-Gi-Oh! Discs going back, like actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Discs going back decades, and I've got backups going back just as long.
Nice.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to
At least I don't have to travel
She
too
is
far
thus familiar
inside of
with
this
the
place.
Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide
Does
you.
anybody remember how
This is
all of the
interesting.
big five
You can still destroy her and
are
save
attempting
everyone.
were possessing
But I
Tristan at
already
the same
failed this
time?
single task. You still have a
Yes.
chance to fulfill your
And
Yes.
then it's like they all agreed on which bodies they would take, and Taya wonders why her body was off the list, and I'm like,
Oh,
Crump was inside of that, and I don't think
In the
he wanted.
abridged version. Yes.
this construct you're in can
Ah,
take
you're
every
free to
piece of the
go.
world at once.
Yeah, you're free to go. Nobody wants Crump sloppy seconds. Not even Crump.
Where I was the
Oh my god. Yeah, Crump didn't want any of that after, especially after
Nope.
among other things, she is dead.
after Merrick kicked him out.
Rid the world of
Yeah.
to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind. She must be destroyed.
And I think even with Crump's voice, Duke Devlin had no standards. Oh, I'd still hit that.
Oh, I'd still have that. I never thought I'd say this, but you will never take my body.
And I can only imagine and the hassle it would have been to keep doing the sexy back theme.
When I broke the cycle,
God, I
I made
miss the
sure
sexy
to tell
back
everyone.
theme back then. It
You
was
carry
fucking
part of
catchy
what
as
should be
hell.
her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't
But
be
now
as
in
they
season
are,
5, it's no
but they will
more.
be nothing.
Sadly. And season 5 is just so unfunny,
It's not
except for a
even
few moments.
it's not even that hard to do. All you got to do is you just take the loop and you put it in the background. Like, and so whenever Duke Devlin shows up on screen, yeah, you just let the
Yeah.
music play in the background.
And you know the worst
Yeah.
part is like Martin could have easily skipped this stupid tournament arc. No one, and I do stress no one asked him to do
True,
more filler.
but he hasn't
And
skipped
it's
any
sorry.
filler yet.
And it's taken him over a year to do episodes now. Like, that is just unacceptable.
If you
Yeah.
knew her capabilities,
I'm not gonna say too much on that.
could have instantly ended
That's
the
okay.
entire world.
Because I understand editing takes
Because
time. I get it.
it's reminding
he
us of
do-
our own
he has
inadequacies.
he has two he has two jobs, anime dub and a bridge, and like he doesn't have the excuses that you and I do, because this isn't our full-time job.
That's
No.
true. That's
Oh,
true.
I got no. My full-time job takes place before this.
And I've got fucking martial arts and shit, and I got real life acting gigs and stuff like that too. And it's
Oh,
like,
nice.
yeah. Haunted
Nice, man.
house. That was fucking awesome.
Nice,
We
man.
did. We
All
had
right, I
we
got the
had
elusive
zero
badge.
problems. No, sorry,
Wow.
we had close to zero problems. We had some problems, but they were not as significant as the ones last year. That was fucking awesome.
Her nature is to become what others perceive her to be. If you actually knew what she was, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
And you know the worst part is Martin I don't even think has been called in for any more or dubbing recently.
Hang on, let me go check his IMDb.
Smart thinking.
Um, Let's see. His most recent credits are Atop the Fourth Wall, Death Battle, Home for Infinite Losers, Winter of '83, and Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. Although that
So
is not necessarily accurate because this has not been updated since 2023. Because I know he's done things since then. But yeah. Let me check out the Abridged series wiki.
I think one of the more recent episodes that came out was Joey versus Leon von Schroeder,
Yeah, Siegfried.
or Siegfried von Schroeder,
That's right. But God, the
Leon's his
animation in
brother.
season 5 is horrible.
Well, that's what happens when one of your well, that's what happens when one of your best animators ended up leaving and just leaving behind the second OP of season 5.
Yeah, because Kagami didn't work on season 5 except for Overlap and Eyes. Hell, not even Yumeta Company as a whole worked on the damn season. Even Kazunori Takahashi didn't work on it.
And they need it and they need it's
Yes, thank you,
someone like the
Antivirus.
and they needed someone like the former or for season 5 because we had quite because season 5 or rather especially Millennium World
Oh,
is by
God.
far one of the best arcs in the series.
It's a great arc, but it suffers from bad animation. In parts.
All right, Circuit Break Island. Luigi likes to tell us his
You're the long quiet, the god I made,
well,
the world of
his perspective of a story which is filled with a number of lies as proven by his partners.
When will the eyes end?
pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery.
Stop lying!
Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life. Forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
I like how Vivian is just resting on herself.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my
Finally, he can't tell if I'm lying.
time's up.
Yeah, I'm Torque, and don't think for a second, and don't for a second think this dude's telling the whole story. The only reason I lent him my rig was because he got down on his knees and begged. And what happens? He's in it for or 1 second before he completely totals it. Idiot! I'm not letting this dip out of my sight until he repays me the 5,000 coin repair costs.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I couldn't hear a damn thing you said. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say that word.
This is a children's game, Luigi.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And you can finally see me.
All right, I found the elusive badge.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Oh, so you wanted to test me?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
So we've recruited the optional party member in the form of Miss Mouse.
The shifting mound.
Okay, you really need to stop flirting with me. I've already had a lot of girls flirting with me already.
One of them I'm not shown as a girl.
Always
Oh.
reacting and never acting. When the echoes spun us from one
Basically,
to
she's the one
two,
who
we
will
gave you the
inform us if
choice
there's a
and
treasure
no
nearby.
role to play.
And that's
I am
how
not
you're
fate.
supposed to find
I
hidden star
continue
pieces and
my
whatnot,
designs.
without the use of a
So,
guide.
will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors
Also,
to
she can smack
annihilation?
people.
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I
All right,
share
let's go power
reflections
her
of
up
each other's
real
brilliance,
quick.
just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
I don't have anyone else to power up right now.
Okay, well, come back soon.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours.
All right, so we made
And
quite a bit of
yet,
progress and cleared out the
words
in-between
don't
chapter
matter.
troubles. Let's
People cannot
call it for
rationalize
the
the
night.
urge to fight
Next
out.
time on Paper Mario: The
Feelings,
Thousand-Year Door,
passion are dances that
or
always know
I'll
well.
find out where we're
If
supposed to be
this
going
is
for the
what it
plot.
takes to
Until
be
then,
free, then so
toodaloo.
be it.
See ya.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna try and finish up the game here tonight.
Hope I'm done with streaming. So I'll talk to you later, Alex.
All right.
All
See you
right.
later.
Take care.
Ooh, that's a bit bold.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can
Oh.
enlighten me. A web of nerves, line upon a web of nerves, line upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I begin? When you felt what it was to be me,
The
held on
the
to
web
it.
of roots/nerves forms a face.
Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are
Whoa.
no longer joined in physicality?
Yeah, this is a little bit freaky.
Definitely looks that way.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
We are the whole of reality. Fear is a chain around the neck and a needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison, and it was fear that told the lie that our spirits were not free to choose. But even bound, you saw a light, and you gave me the wisdom to speak my heart and shed my doubts. Without fear, suffering ceases to be. Without fear, death dissolves. Without fear,
We are free to choose beauty. This construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me. And I hope you'll be happy to leave with me again. If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us? Then you're starting to wake up. Leave with me when the time comes, and we can dance forever. Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. Open your eyes and accept what we are. What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to.
There we go.
Nice.
It's good to be here.
That's what I was trying to get at. If you fight through the conversation long enough, you can get the voice of the hero to come help you.
Too many things all at once out here.
Okay.
To get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then
Let's
go.
rock and roll.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
And if we... Yep.
I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Once you get through all that,
Do you need
you
me
go
to
into
describe
the very first cabin. You peel back through the concept art, and then you're in the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is
And now you...
well, it's a
Yeah, you can get the voice of the hero to,
just a table and a knife and a door.
explain things the way the narrator did. They're all played, like, the voices... All of the voices, except for the princess, are played by the same actor. But, he describes things
I think
a
the broker
different way every time. Depending on,
Interesting.
like, which version
still trying to
you're
find some
with.
middle ground.
There's some other voices that you can get.
Going to need that blade.
There's some other voices that you can get, later on, but I liked getting the voice of the hero because it let you get into the cabin. And,
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
and then when we get to
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was
Center.
left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to God.
oh, we'll see.
Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he? No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here?
Yeah, the first basement is always the same. The second one is the one that's always different. Although, the choices that you make starting as far back as the woods will change
Know what you want for us.
She sounded just
everything.
like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us.
The last time I finished the game,
And down we go.
it was the prisoner, or the cynical princess, as I like to call her, who we found. This is the innocent princess,
There you are.
or the damsel,
Just like you did when we first met. Let's
the way the
talk.
game calls it.
Maybe we can figure this out. Yeah, I missed you so much. Not that we've ever really been apart, but still. It feels like it's been so long. Like this is some sort of a big reunion.
The three-headed princess that was in the game earlier, you can actually get unique dialogue if you find her as the first one you meet. So
Wow.
I might wind up going back through. Apparently she apologizes if she's the first one you see.
I'm the princess. The one you've been spending all this time with. I know I've changed a few times, but so have you. And you're still real to me.
Still real to me, damn it.
You are so sweet, but the first time we met, you tried to rescue me, and I stabbed you like 50 times in the chest. And you know how bad of a job I did. You were the one getting stabbed. I mean, yes, you were possessed by that freaky voice living in your head, but I also could have maybe tried doing anything else before deciding to kill you. Anyways, I'm also sorry. We both let things get a little out of hand.
Oh, is that what you're calling this?
Stop us from being who we want to be.
You know, when she puts it like that.
Yeah, it was like the entirety of reality shattering and there's a sea of writhing bodies outside, yeah.
I don't know. We made it to the other side, and we found each other. I think that means all of the bad was worth it. I don't have one, and I think I like it better that way. But you can call me Princess if you want. You know, you never told me your name.
Okay, so I'm gonna get 13 pages of save files here.
Quiet it is.
Not hero. Oh well, quiet will do. That's always been us. Hasn't
Although
it?
we've been a bit less quiet in some of our iterations.
I don't know. I don't think it's fair to judge her.
Especially that one where we had like 12 voices living inside our head.
She's everything that matters in the world, thinking that she's the only one with all the answers.
Huh.
Never thought about it like that. That does sound lonely, doesn't it?
Me neither. It's so big. It's so much responsibility. And at the end of the day, it just feels like waking up in another basement. It's something we never asked for.
I never asked for
Something
this.
we never wanted to be.
You are now picturing a mod for this game where all of the dialogue is voiced by Adam Jensen.
I am she as much as she is me. And all of us are both everything and also not everything. I had you there for a second, didn't I?
A little bit, yeah.
I think I'm
That's the benefit of having all the
from her.
different characters played by the same actress.
Different. I think being her would mean I'd lose a lot of myself along the way. I think I'd have to lose the parts of you that matter to me. Can we actually do that? What would that even mean?
Where would we go? I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
The two of you, except for the fact that you're the one voice who's been with me the whole time. Okay. Well, I guess I'm leaving me behind to go be my own me. Hello, me. It's me again. Meet the real me.
Yeah, it wouldn't feel right. But I'll be okay. I don't think I'll be alone for long either. I'm sure I can find the others.
Yeah, if you can tolerate them. Smitten's going to be quite miffed that I've abandoned him. Taking the princess with me.
Come on, princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new. I love you too.
Yeah. Well, the princess, Nicole Goodnight, the voices in your head, Jonathan Sims. And this is the only two endings I've gone for. There's apparently others, but I tend to like this. I liked it when we did it with the, Cynical Princess, and I liked it again here. I wonder what it's like when you take the other one with you, the three-headed one. Console porting by Viridian. Whatever that means. Yeah. Music definitely worth getting a copy of. Get the soundtrack on Steam. I believe there is a CD and a vinyl copy coming out. Oh yeah, there was stock footage in there. Yeah, and here's oh. There we go. And there's the soundtrack list.
Neat.
It actually gives you selection there, but then you can actually click on make your playlist, and it opens up a Spotify link to the soundtrack. And then you can click on play or other game. It takes you to the website for come on, take it to the website. They have another game. I wanted to explain it. Oh, god damn it. Okay, whatever. Now the game's frozen. Does it take you to somewhere on Steam? Yes, it does. It takes you to the Scarlet Hollow page on Steam. I've got a couple of trick cards now. Cool. That's neat. And then let's see here. Follow us. Let's see. Discord, mailing list, subreddit. Is that gonna be? Oh yeah, that's the where to find us tab on blacktabby.com, blacktabbygames.com. Yep. And that's the game. Well worth the, I think it was like 15 bucks I paid for it. And there's a console home release coming soon. Excuse me.
That's
I'd
nice.
say... Excuse me, I'd also say well worth it.
That's so good.
You can get the, let's see. It's 25 bucks to get the, Digital Deluxe pack. And... There is a The Void Stares Back bundle featuring this game and Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Now, I have not managed to get the original Doki Doki Literature Club to run. The game opens up and immediately fucking crashes. Yeah, there's some Yeah, there is it's 25 bucks to get the Digital Deluxe edition, and $17.99 to get the original version. I believe I bought it on Steam sale. And if you want the supporters pack, you can buy that and get the soundtrack and a collection of the artwork from the game. Let me see. Yeah, 160 unique wallpapers from the game, plus a bunch of other stuff, like wallpapers and artwork and whatnot. Yeah, I'd recommend checking it out. I should actually probably just leave a review here.
Good idea.
Well worth the price, but even before the update, definitely worth checking out Blind. The characters are endearing and the story intriguing, and seasoned use of imagery at times in a good way, nicely drawn art, excellent soundtrack. And there we go. Alright, well, you know where to find me and Kevin. Damon, you want to go ahead and promote your channel?
Yep. If you want to see my videos, go to bitshoot.com/channel/thedjbrett12.
Alright, well, go ahead and check that out. In the meantime, we will see you guys on... perhaps we'll see you guys on Black Friday, who knows. Till then, bye everybody.
See ya.
OBS, where'd you go?